Add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with JewelleryMaker.
Good morning and welcome to JewelleryMaker. My name's Ed. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we're also joined by the very talented Mark Smith.
Good morning. I have actually stayed the night. I was hidden under the desk here all night.
I was going to say, I thought, just take your sleeping bag in. There you go, you're all sorted.
No, I did the late show with Vicky Carr last night, and it was lovely to work with Vicky again after so long. And just the icing on the cake coming in this morning, working with you. So perfect week. Perfect.
He can come back. The last time he was here, he made me this lovely gift. You see? I'm sporting it. It fits in with my new sporty lifestyle, Mark, you see. Actually, on this note, I think this should be our texting topic this morning. So, items of jewellery you've made for friends. You like that?
That's a nice idea.
Yes? So, if you want to text into the show, then the number is 60777. Start your message with the phrase JM Studio. Alternatively, you can write your message online if you're logged in at JewelleryMaker.com, and I'm sure many of you are. And if you are logged in at JewelleryMaker.com and you place items in your basket, you know what to do. Make sure you check it out as quickly as possible, because this morning we have some of the most sought after items in the building, all wrapped into the next 4 hours. So as soon as you place an item in your basket, make sure you check out. Otherwise, of course, you might miss out on these deals, because I do think there's going to be multi-buyers from minute one this morning. In fact, shall we get the show up and running? Because it is a macrame special with Mark, showing us how to do some of the most popular techniques that we now bring you here on JewelleryMaker. I would say macrame is starting to rival wirework. That's a big claim, isn't it?
I think you're right there.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
It's definitely competing.
With the popularity of the products that are still, really popular. No,
Every time we bring the macrame board to air, we pretty much sell out that show's allocation.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting this morning to be no different. And shall we just bring everybody the macrame board right now? Now, the macrame board was, in fact, the second most favourite item in the Jewellery Award. So that kind of backs up everything I've just said, doesn't it?
Yes.
Macrame as a technique was our second favourite technique. So I think it is.
And it was #1 last year. So it's pipped at the post with wire. But that's because of our outstanding wirework designers we've got at the moment.
Absolutely.
I mean,
so many designers dedicated to wirework, aren't there? Actually, to be honest, a lot of our designers turning their hand to macrame now as well. And actually, the brilliant thing about macrame is that, of course, you can incorporate your wire into it, and it actually kind of elevates the macrame designs when you do it with wire, in my opinion. I think they look fantastic.
Well, we're actually running a wire macrame workshop now, so
we are indeed. I saw
really
that
exciting.
announced on Facebook. I did share it.
Yes. Well, we've got one at the end of January, which is fully booked. We've got 10 people on that already, so I'm really pleased about that. And then
that must have been like one of the quickest selling workshops ever.
Yeah, and Wendy's kindly given me a date on a Saturday in March because I met a lot of people who work during the week who have childcare issues.
Yes.
So we've got one on a Saturday in March.
Greater accessibility to your lovely tuition, Mark. But of course, Mark will be giving us tuition all morning, right up until 1 p.m. But first of all, you need the right tools for the job. The macrame board. This is the large macrame board, 39 by 29 centimetres, and this is the one that you use, isn't it, Mark?
I've actually got a. If I bring this across to you, this is in a kit. This is in a kit coming up later on, and this actually used the large board.
Ooh, now I should just let everybody know a little secret about this kit.
You're going to tell them?
I'm going to tell everybody right now that this kit is going under £20. Guaranteed to go under £20, this kit. £19.95. No, I'm only joking. There will be a shock with this kit. Okay, but first of all, let's do the macrame board. Already people flying through to add this to their order. That's the way to shop from us here at JewelleryMaker. Get involved as quickly as possible. If you are adding the items to your basket, don't forget to check out, because when you place an item in your basket, it is just a signal of intent. It doesn't actually guarantee the item. And actually, I've been speaking to quite a few Facebookers over the last couple of days, because that's what I do on my days off, because I'm a cool dude. And I know there's a lot of jewellery makers out there now. We're entering into our 5th year that are actually teaching their own workshops.
I know, it's incredible.
We've come full circle now. So all the viewers out there are actually tutors themselves. So I can imagine there's going to be people out there maybe grabbing 5 or 10 of these so that they can hold their own workshops. We only have a limited number of these. In fact, we have the last in stock available in this particular show. Okay, congratulations Sandra, Belinda, Melanie, Veronica, Anne, Deborah, everybody already flying through. If you want to add this to your order, start dialing the free phone number. Here comes your price point, $9.95. And I have done a little bit of research into this tool last night when I've sort of discovered that this would be featuring, and you can pay quite an expensive prices for they're not even designed as macrames, they're called crafting boards. They don't even have the little indents, they're just basically soft material to do
with a grid on, nothing else.
And higher price points than $9.95 as well. Pretty ridiculous, really, when you consider how useful this is. What I'm talking about is this. Can I just show this? Is that right? So I'll just show you that do have the little slots in here. It's very, very easy to use because they basically just secure everything in place. There you go. So you just put your cords or your wire through there, and then you're away with your macrame techniques. Of course, if you're looking at this and thinking, I have no idea what this is all about, don't panic. Mark will be showing us throughout the morning, but of course you can also add the macrame DVDs to your order, $4.95 a piece. There's a few of them now, isn't there?
Oh, I think I've done 3.
You've done 3 macrame.
Yes, plus Debbie's
original one, so there you go. And of course, 1 P&P per day here at JewelleryMaker. So if you do want a bit of tutorage on macrame, why not add one of those DVDs to your order? Now this is the large macrame board, and that's the traditional board that people will use, but we do know there's a lot of crafters out there who like to create designs on the move, shall we say. How about if you're at your actual craft fairs? You know, it's a wasted time sitting there looking through a magazine.
You always get that lunchtime lull. Yes. Normally between 12:30 and 1:30 it goes very quiet.
I see.
Yes. And this is really good because in the morning before you leave, you can set up 5 or 6 bracelets with the beads. Just pop it in your bag, take it away, and when you do have that quiet moment, you've already got your board prepared.
It's ready to go.
You don't need any tools, you don't need any findings, you just need your cords, and you're well away.
That's the best thing about macrame.
We were also talking last night the fact that because I know what price this is going to be, that I definitely recommend getting 3, which seems a bit of an out there statement, but I've found that because I'm teaching it as well, you have one for your wire, you have one for your satin and your wax cord, and then you have a third for your S-lon and your beading thread.
Of course, because the little slots.
Because especially when you're using a thicker gauge wire, inevitably within time, the slots won't be as tight. And if you're using thinner thread on a board that you use with wire, you may get a certain amount of slippage.
Makes absolute
so
sense.
to get 3 at this amazing price, and just put a little letter in each corner.
So
W for wire, T for threads, and S for S-lon or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you've got those specific boards. And I always recommend doing the same for the Kumihimo discs as well.
Right.
Just making sure, just separate different.
Keep
different
one for the.
Yes. Absolutely.
Define for each material that you're using. There you go. Fantastic
without a doubt.
tip. We're only 5 minutes into the show and we've got a top tip already. That's why we have our experts here on the show. And I have to say, these are flying out the door. Congratulations to Hillary. You've got 4 of these. Lee's multi-buying as well. Lots of people multi-buying, so I think people are taking your advice this morning. Let's have a look at our early bird price for the smaller macrame board. This is 26.5 by 18.5 centimetres in size. I'll give you a little, I'll give it you to scale. So you'd probably say it's about a third of the size.
I think if you turn the small one horizontally, it's half the size.
Oh,
there we go. Yep.
Yeah, a little under half. There you go. Yeah, so a little under half the size. There you go. Oh.
But for under £20, I mean, you can just get started, and you know, it couldn't be simpler. It's amazing.
And a lot of the kits will provide you with the cords that you need as well.
Absolutely,
so,
that's right.
There you go. We're going to give you everything you need to get started with the hobby of macrame this morning. And of course, if you were watching last night on the Late Show and you've already grabbed your macrame board and it's heading your way, then stay tuned, because we will bring you everything you need to get started with the hobby, including the cords and the gemstones as well. So $6.95 for the small macrame board. That will be available all day, or while stocks last, because I have to say once again, we've got the last in stock available. So normally when we have an influx of sort of the new tools and the new stock into the shows, they all land in our warehouse. Each show will have a specific quantity allocated to their show. We now have the last in stock available, so if you're not grabbing it this morning, you do run the risk of having to wait until the macrame board comes back into stock. So congratulations, as I say, to all of the multi-buyers there. Virginia, you've got 2, Kerry's got 2, Shirley's got 2, Hillary's got 4, Linda's got 2. People coming in from the length and breadth of the UK, but also buyers on the continent still coming through. Now, if at any point this morning you do hit a short queue, don't panic. It is a free phone number here at JewelleryMaker, and you will be answered in the order in which you dial. You're going to come through to a member of our very talented call centre, and they will deal with it. The only reason I say that is just because I'm expecting us to be very, very busy, based on the fact the phone lines are already lit up at 9:10. So there you go. Now, just as people start to return home from the school run, it's going to get busier and busier as the morning goes on. And don't forget, if you do want to text into the show, the number is 60777. In fact, Andrew has already texted in to say, morning guys, what a treat. I made my partner a cross pendant from Gemstones that I got from JM when I came to Mark's Chips and Nuggets workshop. So there you go.
I remember, yes.
Ah. So did they make the pendant on the workshop, or just buy the bead?
So skills that were picked up on workshops and our DVDs. That's a lovely guy. Yeah.
There you go. That's fantastic. So you made that for your best friend then, Andrew, because it was your partner. The text topic this morning is items of jewellery you've made for your friends, based on the fact that Mark made me a lovely gift on New Year's Eve. Okay, $6.95. It sounds ridiculous to say this, as it's our kind of our early bird, basically, but it's already an add it to your order price. If you already know that you're going to be grabbing this kit for under £19 this morning, that's right, I said it, then why not add the macrame board to your order? 1 P&P per day of just $2.95, and at $6.95, it's a no-brainer. There you go. So under £20, you can grab both macrame boards. Now, you were talking there about a little bit of wear and tear over time with the wires, but how long would you say it's going
Oh my word.
to work with this board?
Well, I've had, because I've bought a lot because we use them on the workshops, and I've had some for 2 years of the large ones because we launched it 2 years ago, the bigger board, and they're still, and all you do, what I tend to find is because I'm using constantly the middle of the board, that's where I'm getting all the wear and tear. So all you need to do is just move a couple of inches to the right or a couple of inches, or turn the board, you know, lengthways. Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, right.
So it will last you. It will last you forever.
It's not going to be a problem anyway.
No, not at all. No.
There you go then. But I just thought, you know, nice to establish that just in case people are concerned about it.
No.
Okay, where's that? That's a great idea. Now, just based on the fact that Andrew just texted in to say he'd also attended Mark's workshop, which was chips and nuggets, because Mark does focus on 2 different disciplines. I mean, this is really more of a... something you favour as opposed to a discipline in its own right, I would say. The organic cuts.
I've always loved chips and nuggets, and I think this is a bit of a statement. But if I had to choose between chips and nuggets and macrame, if I had to, heaven forbid I had to, then I think chips and nuggets would just pick macrame to the post.
Really? Yeah. Is that just because of the texture of the gemstones?
Yeah, I've always loved chips and nuggets. And we've had some amazing bundles recently, and
I think that they are more in keeping with a lot of the ideals of jewellery design, you know, bespoke jewellery design, because they show that you're working with the real deal.
Well, absolutely.
Every single one is completely individual because the shapes and the cuts are, you know, basically organic, aren't they?
And I like the fact that for people who have just joined us for the first time, chips and nuggets are a really, really, really value for money way of starting to get samples of gemstones before you then move up to buying strands of rounds or the cut collection, something like that. So it's a really good way of building up a stock just to see which stones work with which colour, which textures work with which textures, and then you then move on. And then when you start buying your rounds, you can then incorporate them with the chips and nuggets that you've bought already. So they're a really good staple to get you started with your gems collection.
Idea, isn't it? Because you've kind of got your colour palette already developed
there. Yes,
before you start to invest more heavily in the high-end gemstones.
That's right, absolutely.
And these are fantastic because the other thing about the chips and nuggets is that they are a little more affordable, shall we say, because of course less work has been placed into them because they've been tumbled rather than expertly faceted. So that means that we can keep the prices lower, and it also means we tend to give you larger carat weights because they're all over 80 centimetres in length.
Got one of my favourites there as well.
Oh, well, we've got tiger's eye, clear quartz, iolite. Is that the one? Beautiful iolite.
That's a really rich colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a midnight blue, isn't it?
That's beautiful. That's not far off sapphire, is it?
Absolutely, I'll totally agree with that. I saw the rounds that we launched on Boxing Day. I saw the last of stock on screen yesterday. Very similar colour tone.
Very similar.
Because more often than not, we associate iolite with the violet tones, because of course it takes its name from the Greek derivation of the word violet. But these are really rich midnight blue, aren't they?
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. We've also got prainite, and then this beautiful sunstone. Actually, I have to say, for the spring, those colour tones are perfect for me.
They're amazing. They're beautiful, aren't they? See, for me, I'm quite traditional with my colours, so I would have the 3 central as one piece.
Yep.
And then the tiger's eye and the sunstone as a separate piece as well. So separate your hots from your coals. That's one of the first things that I tend to do.
I quite like the blues with the golds though would work. I mean, there's not really any combinations here that don't work, are there? Of course, you've got your neutral in the clear quartz, and the clear quartz are slightly larger, it seems to me. Yes,
amazing.
They range up to 14 by 2 mil. So I mean, actually, this is what some people might not consider when people are creating bespoke bridal jewellery, for example, and they want to know that they're dealing with genuine gemstones. This would be a great addition to those kind of pieces in my mind.
That's right.
Fantastic, aren't they? Because they give you that almost icicle-like feel. That
imagine a tiara, just using tiara twist with all the little tiny little stones.
Absolutely,
that's amazing.
Look fantastic, wouldn't it? And then you can maximise on the kind of dynamic of the tumbled nuggets. If you're like, wow, huge numbers of people placing this in their basket this morning. You do need to be checking out because we've also got our phone buyers coming to reinforce. Over 80 centimetres on every single strand here. If you are experiencing any technical difficulties, just dial the free phone number and add this to your order. It is a low stock opportunity. How many of these do you have? Ooh, fewer than 50. In fact, fewer than 40 available in stock. Let's get the price on screen before people start to get disappointed. $11.95 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 genuine gemstone strands. However, as I say, being that they're all over 80 centimetres, that's more than twice the length of an average strand here at JewelleryMaker. That's more like getting 10 strands for $11.95, isn't it? Ah, okay, that kind of makes sense. I get it. Right, okay, so we did have a technical issue, and apparently the graphics weren't being displayed on your television screens. It's all fixed now, and that's why the phone lines have just erupted for these chips and nuggets. There you go, that makes so much sense. I wondered why all of a sudden so many people had come through at once. That means that maybe some people were prevented from adding the macrame board to their order. So shall we leave this one with everybody? $11.95, and actually, it's pretty incredible, isn't it? Because, what are we talking about here? £2.50 a strand? And I mean, some of your most...
$2.39.
Sorry?
$2.39.
Yeah, £2.39. All right. Told you I wasn't with it this morning. He's on the mental arithmetic kick now. That's all I've got, Mark.
That's brilliant.
That is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because some of the pieces, some of your favourite pieces, in my mind, obviously it's all subjective, are created using chips and nuggets. The memory wire bangles,
which is
pearls.
my top seller and has been for the past whole 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And of course, and I'm not detracting from the beauty of the design. As I say, they're some of my favourite designs, but some of the simplest to put together as well, aren't they?
The simple threading. I mean, memory wire bangles, they start at £15 on my stall for 3 coils. And you can get 3 coils out of a double strand of memory wire.
Oh, right, okay.
And incorporating other rounds just add a bit of interest, without a doubt. And they're such a good seller because one size fits all. Yeah. You don't have to worry about finding the right size. And
that is a big consideration for craft fair buyers, of course, because it tends to be gifts a lot of the time, isn't it?
It's a really good way to start your craft stall off, actually, to memory wire bangles.
So you can get 6 coils out of one strand?
Yep, with incorporating other beads.
£15 a bracelet.
I know.
£2.39 and your return is £30.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So 30, 60, 90, 120, £150 potentially off this. Of course, you do need to add on the memory wire. But that's
and any
about
other beads you add on as well. But absolutely.
I mean, some of the pearls we've been doing recently for under £10 have just been totally ridiculous.
It's the garnet and pearl you like, isn't it? That combination.
I love that one.
Like,
and the peridot and pearl mark is fantastic. I mean, you can recreate that easily with the Paracord.
Absolutely.
Very, very similar colour tones. Oh, we've had another text. This is from Rosali. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I'm so sorry. Is it Rosalie?
Yeah.
That's why we have our experts here. So, Rosalie, morning chaps, I've just received my lovely Eyelight centre drilled flat nuggets. Can Mark give me a few ideas on how to use this shape of nugget, please?
Well, funny you should say that. We've actually got a kit coming up later on, not with Eyelight, but with the same shape.
With the same cuts.
Yeah.
There you go, stay tuned, Rosalie, and we will show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Looks to me like that is going to be a sellout deal. Don't take my word for it, make sure you do speak to a member of the help team. They can guarantee you whether there's any stock available. And we're just going to recap our early birds because we did have that technical issue and your graphics weren't on screen. So if you missed out, if you were screaming at the TV saying, yeah, I want to buy 3 Ed, but I don't know what the code is or what have you, here it is. The 39 by 29 centimetre large macrame board, the essential macrame board for getting up and running with the hobby, $9.95. Oh yeah, people were definitely missing out. Someone's just come through to buy 3 of these. That's the way to do it. Don't forget, if you do see anything on screen and you like the look of it, don't wait for the graphics. Certainly not if they're not coming on the screen. Just dial the free phone number because, as I say, our help team are absolutely wonderful. They'll do whatever it takes to help you out. And we can have a look actually at some of Mark's macrame designs. This is fantastic actually because it's a mixture of the two disciplines here. You've got the nuggets in there as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, I love that one. That's beautiful. Love those colour tones, the reds and the blacks. They're really popular at the moment, aren't they?
This is the bracelet that we make on the wire macrame workshop.
So you actually take that away with you if you go on the workshop. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Beautiful. I mean, that one's a little bit more masculine, that one at the end, because I'll happily wear that. That's gorgeous. I'm not touting for more gifts. I've got my gift. I'm wearing it. I'm getting in trouble, you see. Okay, still people coming through to add the large macrame board to their order. That's the way to do it. Don't forget to check out your baskets. And we'll move on because we did a bit of a double early bird this morning because we wanted to make the mini macrame board as accessible as possible as well. And so that's come through at £6.95. 26.5 by 18.5 centimetres in size. £6.95. And another text coming through. It says, I made a black and red paracord bracelet for my friend Andy and he loved it. There you go. That's come through as anonymous, so if you do want a little shout out, and don't forget to put your name on your text and I'll read it out for you. But yeah, that's good. That's perfect. My friend Mark made me a paracord bracelet. All right. No need for that, guys. They said, I'm not sure Mark thinks he's your friend. Plausible deniability, Mark. Don't admit it out on the streets that you're my friend. There we go. Okay, £6.95 for the mini macrame board, and once again the phone lines have erupted with interest for this item. May have been a slight technical issue, which the team have dealt with expertly, or of course, it might have been down to the fact that some people weren't quite up and about yet. But anyway, now you've got another chance to add it to your order. Simply dial the free phone number, and this one is really being bought in multi-purchases. In fact, we've got a queue of about 90 seconds on the free phone number. Oh, sorry, I misheard you. That's why. I've just had a little bit of information. Breaking news coming through in my ear was that we are having 2 brand new premiere products added to the show as we speak. So even I don't know what they are. My producer knows what one of them is. Now she knows both. She's on the phone to the management while she's doing everything else that she is, deciding what products we're going to sell, deciding the prices, putting your text message on screen and on the phone to the management, getting brand new products. There you go, you see. So if ever you don't see your text message, it's just because the producer's really busy. But right now, we are having a look at what Louise has sent through. It says, I had to buy another macrame board as my daughter kept pinching it. Now this is not uncommon because of course macrame is a fantastic technique for kids to get started with the hobby. Creativity, motor skills, there's so much that you can take on from adopting a creative hobby like this. And of course the best thing about a hobby like jewellery making is that you get a finished product that potentially you can give to your friends. I'm really not after any more gifts, I promise. Okay, £6.95 for the mini macrame board. Are we going to move over? Oh, sorry, we're going to challenge Mark. I see. So, hold on. Let me just... There we go. I've turned you up. I can hear you now. Okay, right. That's much better. Here we go. Whoa. Now we're gonna give you a little bit of a protracted challenge here, aren't we? Because you've selected a number of items to work with. I'll tell you what.
I've been quite greedy today.
Well, why not? Why not create something indulgent? It's Friday morning after all. The weekend starts here.
It does, yes.
Now, I'm just working out the sizes. So, this is all black quartzite. Quartzite's a really interesting gemstone. We're going to talk about it in a little more depth later on when we bring you our very affordable kit, because it's going to be launched at under £19. You've got 14mm rounds. I'm going to tell you what happened in 1 second. 12mm rounds, 10mm rounds, 8mm rounds and 6mm rounds. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands of black quartzite, the perfect kind of neutral really, because not only does it go with any other gemstone, but adds that kind of depth and sophistication to your designs, doesn't it? Actually as well, it's great for unisex designs as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, I'm just looking up here for...
It's got the whole set there.
8, 12, you've got well over 1,000 carats of quartzite here. Well, there's nothing you can't do with this. Actually, the 14mm rounds, Mark,
yeah.
Would you say that those are suitable for setting into paracord?
Funny you should say that. Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
It is funny I say that.
Yeah. No, you're right, absolutely. They're really good size for paracord, and we've got a couple of paracord shows coming up over the next few weeks, as well as we're going to be recording Beginner's Paracord DVD on February the 4th, I think. You
don't even know how close the next paracord show is, Mark. One of the premiere items coming up in today's show may just be some paracord. That's what they're all cheering. They're whooping and hollering in the gallery as they were on the phone to the management team.
Oh my word. Okay.
You like that?
Wow. Very much.
They're even singing. It's got the team singing for joy. We do love our paracord here. I know that you do as well. Actually, we did a paracord launch on New Year's Eve, didn't we?
What I'm really enamoured about is the fact that several people have set up Facebook paracord groups on the back of the JewelleryMaker shows. So I'm really proud of our paracord. And as I said, over the next few weeks and hours, by the sounds of it, we've got some amazing products coming up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic.
I mean, the only thing we didn't have on New Year's Eve was the little class, wasn't it? Paula has texted, funnily enough. Right on cue, Paula. It's almost like we planned it. So my granddaughter, who's 9 years old, same age as my daughter, made her granddad a paracord bracelet on the jig all by herself for Christmas.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Well done.
This is what we were just saying. Youngsters get involved off the back of this hobby. Paracord, perfect for gents.
Yep. Oh, wonderful.
It's all coming. It's all coming up in today's show. But first of all, the 14, 12, 10, 8 and 6mm rounds. Oh, actually, the 6mm would be great for normal macrame, wouldn't they? Yeah, and your 4mm there would be good for kumihimo braiding. So you can use all the elements through that. Oh, so the smallest ones are 6mm. They're 6mm, yeah. You see for paracording, yeah, absolutely. There you go. Yep. So 5 graduated sizes. I mean, whatever colour they were, given that you had this kind of graduation of size, would be perfect. But black just makes it the most versatile of all, doesn't it? Absolutely. Okay, let's get the price on screen, because already people are flying through to add this to their orders at JewelleryMaker.com. We will £12.95 for 5 strands this morning. We're not messing around today. We want you to get up and running with the hobby, not just jewellery making, but of course macrame and your paracord. So we're going to make things as affordable as possible, as we always do. But you know, when producer Dee's in the chair and she's in a good mood. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a set of 5 before. Not on a show that I've been on, I don't think. No. It's normally 3 at a push 4. Rare, isn't it? So to get the whole 5 set, that's brilliant. It's perfect, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, traditionally, like you said, we do have 3 strand packs. Yeah, that's brilliant. This graduation is so perfect, isn't it? Because 14, 12, 10, 8 and 6mm. Covers all the bases there. And, as I say, in this totally neutral tone, this beautiful black quartzite. Over 1,000 carats of quartzite in this particular bundle. And of course, this is a genuine gemstone. That's what we bring you here at JewelleryMaker. We're part of the Genuine Gemstone Company. And so we specialise in sourcing the real deal And the reason that we can provide you with this kind of value is the unique way we work. We try to get as close to source as possible, and we have built up many, many close relationships with mine owners all over the world. By working that way, it allows us to negotiate the best possible price right at source, but also it cuts out lots of the middlemen. And of course, you know, the costs that we incur allow us to pass the savings on to you. So anything we can do to keep our costs down, allow us to bring you better value on our gemstones. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. Congratulations to Aruna, Vivian, Stephanie, Linda, Yvonne, Barbara, David, Catherine, Mary, Julie, Iris, Christine, June. Right, your names are starting to go off the screen now. So many people flying through for this deal at $12.95, and that's not all we're going to bring you as part of Mark's challenge this morning. We're also going to... Okay, so is it these kind of earring ones, or is it these? Yeah, okay, cool. Well, they could be earrings, they could be pendants, I suppose. So we're going to challenge Mark with the 5 strands of quartzite, but also these fantastic findings. We're going to bring you the details on this a little bit later in the show, maybe once we have a look at one of Mark's designs, for example. Actually, as pendants, they'd be fantastic, wouldn't they? Because you can have those kind of, that waterfall style chain.
What I'm doing, I'm making a big pair of chandelier earrings. Right. And so I'm going to use them as earrings, and then what I'm going to use them as 2 connectors to do a 3-strand layered necklace.
I like that. So those kind of multi-layered necklaces.
Really nice.
Dee is suggesting very loudly that I ask you, would you like to give the earrings to one of your friends called Dion?
Yes, I'll do that.
Shameless. Shameless from my producer this morning. She does make a great point there. She said, if you don't ask, you don't get.
No.
Which is kind of our motto here at JewelleryMaker. I think most jewellery makers' motto. And of course, if there's anything that you want to see on the show, or you think that we should stock and we don't currently, then let me know. You can contact me on Facebook at EdPresenter, or same handle on Twitter. Let me know, and I'll always put the question to the buying team, who do work tirelessly to ensure that we are your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs. So if there's anything that you think we should have that we don't currently stock, then let us know. Yes, very exciting revelation that none of us were aware of until we went live. Paracord coming up this morning. So that's going to be Mark's challenge, to bring you the 5 strands of quartzite. He's got the gold findings as well. I'm going to bring that with you shortly. These don't want to sit on it. Oh, these are part of the challenge as well. Oh, he wasn't joking when he said he was being greedy, was he? Oh, do you know what? It's so funny. When I was looking at them downwards at an angle, I almost thought these were graduate, but they're not. This is a triple deal. So these are all 8mm in size. Oh, that's great, isn't it? So you've got the graduation in size on the black quartzite, and then you've got a uniform size on the faceted shell pearl rounds. I mean, this combination of blacks and kind of fern greens is just fantastic, isn't it? I love that. And of course, you've got that variation from beautiful, smooth, polished finish of the quartzite, and the way the faceted shell pearl is going to pick up the light and just play with the light on the surface there. Beautiful organic mineral here. And by bundling these together, by taking 3 individual strands and creating this unique discount code, which will only be available until 9 AM tomorrow morning, that allows us to offer you a wholesale price. The only problem is that we've thirded our stock level, so it is quite important that you get on the phone lines very, very early. Don't forget, you can start dialing the second the graphics hit your screen. Don't wait for the price point. You know we're going to give you the best value on the market. Here comes the price point right now for you. That's right, £3.32 per strand. I'm waking up now. Here we go. Watch out, Rachel Riley. I'm coming for you. £3.32. Okay, huge numbers of people. I didn't mean it like that. They said that sounded quite sinister.
It did, actually,
I just meant I'm coming for the countdown gig. Yes, you see. Although I do look a little bit more like Jimmy Carr this morning with my side parting. Only I don't have fake teeth. $9.95 for 3 strands of beautiful faceted shell pearl. Wow, we've got people multi-buying this particular deal. That is the way to do it, isn't it? Still huge numbers of people flying in on the free phone number as well. As I say, if you do enter a short queue, right now it's less than 60 seconds, so absolutely nothing to worry about. But stay where you are, it's a free phone number. Somebody will be with you very, very soon. You can understand why there has been such a huge influx of buyers based on the fact that we've taken these down to $9.95. So could you do traditional macrame with this size?
Completely, without a doubt. You can do the triple shambhala with 8 mils as well. That looks spectacular. If you went for, I'm trying to think which colour I would use.
I like gold and green.
Yeah. Or just trying to think of a way out colour, maybe the purple.
Yes.
Purple 6 mil wire, triple shambhala with that green. I just think it would look incredible, wouldn't it? The reason I went for this particular part for my challenge was Vicky and I were talking about spring. It's just around the corner. You know, we've got bulbs coming up in the garden, and this is such a spring colour. We've got spring, we've got Easter, we've got Mother's Day.
Yep.
So to be able to incorporate a really nice soft green in your pieces for this season,
perfect, isn't it?
And especially when it's on such an amazing deal as this. That's amazing. That's incredible.
Because it's quite interesting because you get a very similar finish that you would associate with pearls, but of course you couldn't facet a pearl.
No, that's
and you couldn't have, well, you may find a perfect 8 mil round, but you'd be hard pushed to find 3 whole strands of them, and if you did, you'd be probably paying, well, you could be thinking about 4-figure sum.
I think because I don't wear jewellery, and the jewellery I make, personally I prefer shell pearl to culture pearl. I think if I wore pearls, it will be a bit different, but I just love the uniformity and the fact that they are perfect. And if you get a strand of 8 mil, they're all going to be identical. So for me, shell pearl
I think from a design point of view that makes sense, but also from a gent's point of view, because pearls are traditionally kind of a luxury item for ladies.
That's right.
I mean, so I think that you could, as a gent, the peacock pearls, you could get away with those, but some of the more luxury tones,
the peach and champagne,
exactly. I'm not sure I could pull it off. Maybe you could, Mark. I don't know.
No, I don't think. No.
Okay. So we're going to leave those 3 items with Mark as his challenge: the 5 strands of black quartzite, the 3 strands of shell pearl, and we're going to bring you those gold-plated findings a little bit later on in the show. But right now, is it time to launch our first kit of the morning? Okay, before I walk over, I'm going to grab my cup of coffee and hide all the branding all over the mug. There we go. So, this is our first kit of the morning. And I have to say, our jewellery kit's fantastic. Whether you're an absolute beginner and you want to get everything you need to get started, or whether you're an experienced jewellery maker and you want to replenish all of your stocks at once, or maybe you just want to get a kind of cohesive project that you can work on and turn your attentions to. This in particular, I think, will suit both parties because it does feature our sterling silver findings pack.
And 3 of the most beautiful Essilon colours I think we've had on the show.
Now these again are perfect for springtime because you've got those kind of cool green tones,
they're just stunning, aren't they? What a combination of colours.
It's like looking at one of those little colour charts in a paint shop, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right, actually. Yes.
Beautiful graduation in the colours. Again, the fern green is very similar to the shell pearl, actually, that tone.
Beautiful
and then
colour.
this kind of like a teal colour tone.
See, if I take that one away, that's the colour of our living room.
That's the colour, those icy blue tones. There you go. Because this has more of a kind of ivory or silver tone.
It's a really nice neutral beige. No, it's a beautiful colour. Beautiful.
So actually,
you know how popular our Essilon cords are with the jewellers as well.
Fly out the door, don't they?
It's amazing.
And is that just because they're very fine but also very strong?
Well, since Deb Rogers joined the team with her amazing micro macrame, the things you can do with Essilon thread are just stunning, absolutely amazing. And because they're a thinner and very strong cord, you can pretty much get them through all of our beads. I mean, with the kit we've got coming up, the second kit, you know, those fine quartz that we've got, Essilon go through those as well.
Oh, really?
So, absolutely.
So even the very fine
as a lazy strand, it's really nice now to have the same colour with your lazy and your working. So you can do that now you'll have the Essilons.
Oh, okay, good. There you go. We're learning all the time here at JewelleryMaker. So 3 reels of your Essilon cord, and you get 70 metres on each reel. Gosh. So wow, over 200 metres on this particular kit. You've also got your traditional threading materials, your beading thread, your elastic and your monofilament. 50 metre beading thread, 80 metre monofilament, easy for me to say, and 6 meters of elastic. You've got your sterling silver findings this morning as part of this kit. So 2 pairs of shepherd hooks. You've got your 2 lobster claw clasps. You've got your crimp bead covers, your head pins, which are the little ball head pins, and a bracelet length of beautiful sterling silver chain. And these are quite large links on the chain, actually. I'll just check, how large are the links on the chain? There they are. They're 3 millimeters in size, and it's an 8-inch length of chain. So that's perfect, actually. It's a little bit larger than traditional bracelet length. Traditionally, a bracelet is 7.5 inches, so 8 inches of chain. And then let's turn our attention to these beautiful gemstones. Oh, actually, this is one for me. Because you've got the feminine tones there, and your rose quartz bicones. Those are quite large bicones. They are 8 by 6 millimeters in size. You get 75 carats. Then you've got the metallic tone coming through from 120 carats of 6mm pyrite, and then 300 carats of beautiful white moonstone. Love this effect that you get from moonstone. It's known as adularescence. It's almost like a silver shiller you get on the surface of the gemstones themselves. It's actually my birthstone. That's the reason I said it'd be all for me. So it's the birthstone for June. If you are new to us and you weren't aware of that, that's gorgeous, that bracelet. That's with the rose quartz and the kind of turquoise colour.
Yeah, that's the triple shambhala that we talked about earlier.
Yes.
But the bicones just work so well with this particular. You can really see the flowers in between the beads. That's beautiful.
It's nice to see the kind of femininity of one gemstone, the optical effect of another. Then you've got a metallic tone, ticking all the boxes with the gemstones, and then of course 925 sterling silver. These are the kind of pieces that could potentially allow you to achieve those higher price points if you're selling your designs, or of course if you're making designs for yourself, you want to feel special, don't you? You want to feel. Amazing. So is this the kit we're talking about?
Yes, these are with the flat nuggets, the centre drilled. So all I've done is here I've split up the entire strand into 3 equal parts, and then I've used the Echelon colours. I've used one particular colour as the lazy, and then I've used all 3 colours. And all I've done is simple. It starts off with twist at the top of the necklace here, the little twist section, and then all I've done then is, as I'm continuing down, I'm doing 2 half knots or 2 full twists in between each stone, and incorporating the pyrite at intervals on each strand. And then all I've done at the end is I've plaited them all together and attached them to a piece of, again, another bit of half hitch braiding. And it's just so you can macrame with that type of nugget, and that's fantastic. And it does sit beautifully.
I'm just like a little bit enamoured. I'm trying to work out where it's coming from, but on this white moonstone, I'm getting lots and lots of blue adularescence, which is
amazing, isn't it?
Normally what I'd
associate. It's more silver, isn't it? I think, than white.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. That's incredible.
Don't know if I can get this across on screen. Are we managing to capture that on screen as well?
Where see the blues?
Yes, there it is. The blue adularescence coming through there. It's almost like labradorescence, isn't it? There we go. Look at that. Violet tones as well coming through. The quality of this, as you rightly say, it's more like silver moonstone than white moonstone, isn't it? Absolutely phenomenal. Maybe it's I don't think it's anything to do with the Echelon cord. I think it's there. Mother Nature's put it there for us, hasn't she?
And then just to use a bit more of the Echelon, I've done a Kumahimo braid, which I've used.
Yes, I love that effect.
Again, we were talking on the Late Show last night about New Year's resolutions, and one of mine is to be more asymmetric.
We talked about this on New Year's Eve, didn't we?
Yeah. So I'm intending, of 3 kits that I get, every show I do, I'm intending to make at least 1 asymmetric piece. But it's really difficult for someone like me who's very symmetrical. Yeah. So, but it worked really well. I was really pleased with how it turned out.
Oh, it looks gorgeous, and you're right to kind of experiment, aren't you, with those kind of things. Break
we tell the viewers all the time, don't we, to push the boundaries and try something new, and if it doesn't work, then you just move on to something else. So I think we need to abide by our own rules.
Practice what we preach. Yes. Exactly right. I'm sure there's a few designers who probably want to go in the opposite direction and think, right, I want to be more like Mark and be methodical. Okay, so which of our designs are we going to demonstrate then?
Well, I'm going to show you the little bracelet here, which is purely using the Echelon cord. It's very, very simple. I'm going to show you. I think I've made a
before we do that, as usual, I've got overexcited based on the number of people on the phone lines.
Wow.
Okay, the price this morning for sterling silver jewellery kit is $29.95. Wow.
That's phenomenal.
I mean, you could pay that for sterling silver findings elsewhere, but to get moonstone of this quality, actually, one of our most favourite cuts of gemstone here at JewelleryMaker, whenever I speak to people on Facebook, is the bicones.
Yeah.
And you've got here very large bicones, so you're going to get the kind of texture, the effect of a gemstone, but more statement, I suppose, from the size of the gemstones.
Fantastic.
Huge numbers of people
amazing.
coming through for this one. Sterling silver findings pack in this particular kit. And of course, you've got that fantastic blue adularescence coming through from, I think we've established now, our silver.
Well, I would probably charge £30–35 for that necklace on its own on my stall, I think. Yeah, with the work. I mean, that was good five hours work. So I think, without a doubt.
And not only that, but of course, this will be an easier sell. Even though you might be a higher price point, it will attract attention because of that optical effect. People will be looking at that as if to say, is that real? Does that actually exist in there?
You're right.
People will know that it's a genuine gemstone. Okay, I should just say, now that I've established there's blue adularescence here, that's enough for producer deal.
Oh my word, that's £5 off.
There's no way on earth that a sterling silver findings pack combined with moonstone of this quality, pyrite, rose quartz, 3 reels of the S-long cord and your traditional tuning tools for $24.95. Tell you what, no one's going to be feeling blue this morning. All right, no need for that kind of abuse. Okay, sorry, Mark. So we can now begin your demonstration. It's a good job we did that with the price. Otherwise, we might not have got that saving. Don't ask me. She just loves blue.
That's brilliant.
This is what happens when Dee sees some blue. She goes low. Okay, so Mark's now going to show us exactly where to get started.
So if I can take that little break. This is really simple. You don't need any findings. You don't need tools. It's really simple. We're going to look at this bracelet that we've got on the end here. I'm going to show you how to start off with a button loop, which is really simple. I've shown this on the show before, but it's such a really nice little natty technique.
I love this fastening on here.
Brill.
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, really, really simple. So with this type of bracelet, I've made a few over the past few months with Christmas and fairs and things. And what I've devised a plan is, for every inch of bracelet, you need a foot of S-long.
Right.
Okay. So a 6-inch bracelet, 6 foot, 8-inch, 8 foot. Okay. So you will be folding it over in half. So don't think, gosh, that's a lot of cord. We will be folding it in half. So that's a simple rule. So a foot of cord for an inch of bracelet. Okay. So what we're going to do, I've taken 6 pieces. I've used shorter lengths on here just for the demonstration, but 6 pieces. Okay. Fold them in half. So now you have 12. You have 12 lengths. Okay. And you found the centre of your cord where you want to do your button knot. Okay, so what we need to do is, well, from that centre point is come down 2 inches, it doesn't matter which side, okay, and pop your cords in the top of your macrame board. Okay, so all 6 through the same slot, make them nice and secure, like so. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we've got that 2 inches that we've pulled longer on one side that is going to take the space from our button loop. So when we've made our loop, we will then have the same amount length cords either side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to separate the cords into 2 sections. It doesn't matter how you have them at all. So we'll separate them in. And this is standard half hitch, okay? So we're going to pop our cords, half cords in the bottom. We're going to take our second set of 3, and we're going to, as though we're going to do a square macrame knot. So we've got our number 4 or our letter B. So we take the cord across, back horizontally across our lazy strand as it is temporarily, and then we're going to take all 3 cords back underneath, okay, and pull nice and tight up to the top. So that's our first half hitch knot. We place those cords down and we do the same with the left. So this time we do our letter D, take 3 cords back under the lazy and pull. Okay, and we just repeat this process, left, right, left, right, left, right, do the left. So again, feed underneath. And I think for this particular bracelet I did 12 knots, so I'll quickly run through these and I'll show you how we finish off. Okay, and it's a really nice little simple little braid here, so if you've got the amazing cabochon wrapping that we're doing with wire work at the moment.
Oh, I love that.
This is a really simple braid just to pop on a pendant.
Some of the cabochons I've seen recently have been fantastic.
Incredible.
And of course, they can be a little bit intimidating because there's no drill hole, but when you see the macrame settings for them, it just makes everything simple, doesn't it?
That's
this
right.
technique.
That's right.
Actually, do you know what? We have had a text through from Andrea, one of our regular contributors, who has done a little bit of research all of her own. She's just been onto a famous auction site online to discover that for the price point of this entire kit, which don't forget has sterling silver, you would only ever be able to get the S-long cord on that site. Because 210 metres of your S-long cord in this. And and Maureen has also texted through. Thanks for that, Andrea. That's really useful information.
Wow.
And Maureen texted through to say, be careful, Ed. You are wearing blue. Dion might sell you as well. Second thought, I don't mind buying you. Maureen. Dion said how much? Text through your price.
You're priceless, Ed. You're priceless.
There you go.
You're priceless.
I don't think so. They're talking quite low numbers in the gallery. What can I do though? Just stand in your living room talking about gemstones? I can cook. Well, I'm advertising myself now. I'm giving you a spec. Right, okay, let's carry on with the demo. Thanks for that though, guys.
Okay, so I've done my 12 half hitches and we've got about 1.5 inches length. Okay, so at this point we're going to undo our cords at the top. Okay, this is where we're going to form our loop. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold the two ends over. Okay, so they meet in the centre, make sure they're nice and tight. And what I'm going to do, if you've got pins at home, the T-pins or stationary pins, map pins, we're going to pop a pin in one side and we're going to pop a pin in the other, just to keep them together. And so now we've got, to do our loop, we had 3 cords each side. Now we've folded it over to make the loop, we've got 6 cords. And all we're going to do is exactly the same technique. It's the half hitch, but this time we're going to be using 6 cords instead of 3. And what we'll do, your first knot, when you bring it to the top, you see, we'll bind the loop together. And we'll carry on doing our bracelet. I think for the actual bracelet, I used 12 cords. Right. Which is why it's slightly thicker. So again, we're going to continue to do our half hitch. We'll just keep going until you want the length of your bracelet.
How many cords could you potentially use?
S-long, you could do 20, 25.
Oh, okay.
But no, just keep going until how thick you want your bracelet to be.
Is it like the thicker ones more suitable for gents and the finer ones for females? Mind you, I say that, but actually
and what you could do, because you could incorporate mixed media, so you could use S-long with paracord, or S-long with wire. You could even just mix and match with these colours, because the S-long does have a metallic texture to it, doesn't it? And it does sparkle. And then what you do, you just continue until you finished off the length of the bracelet you want. And then all we're going to do is take it off the board. So as you can see, I've got a complete button loop. Okay, that's not going to go, that's really nice and secure.
It's fantastic.
Okay, so then all we're going to do at the end is just do an overhand knot.
Okay.
Obviously you've got all those threads to keep an eye on. So what I tend to do is do one knot and then do another knot over that one, so you get a more bulkier knot. And then that will sit nicely through your little button loop that you've made. So we've got no findings there. We've used is a couple of pins on our macrame board, and you've got a bracelet, and you could make one of those in, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
But they're really, really nice.
But like you say, you know, it's a great way to get started. You don't need any tools, you don't need any findings.
No.
Great for kids, as we've already heard.
It's a good way to use up your S-long as well. Because we don't use, I mean, on most kits, you probably only use a little bit. Unless you're doing a big micro macrame piece. So to be able to use substantial amounts of S-long to a really nice effect like that.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Especially as you've got over 200 metres, and you could actually pay over £20 for this kind of amount of S-long cord. But here you've also got your gemstones, your threading materials, and those sterling silver finers. I can't actually press that enough, because of course sterling silver It's those 3 little numbers at craft fairs that...
And I always thought, because I haven't had a silver findings pack in a long time, that we only had 10 head pins, so to get extra we got 15.
You get 15, don't you? Yes.
So that's fantastic.
These are the little ball head pins. I mean,
amazing.
For some time actually, like Debbie Bolford, very experienced jewellery designer, has been telling me, even ball head pins, you can't get them elsewhere. It's all flat head pins everywhere.
That's right.
So to get the ball head pins alone is a massive boon as part of this particular kit. $24.95. Don't forget, it should have been, well, I don't know what it should have been, but the approved price point for the kit was $29.95. We saw a little bit of blue adularescence in the moonstone. That was enough for Dion to start being naughty this morning. And no, I'm not for sale. Okay, $24.95 for that kit. Still people coming through for that one. Stay where you are if you're on the phone lines. Check out if it's in your basket. Right now, are we going over? It's Wall of Fame time. Welcome back to Jewellery Maker. Time now for the Wall of Fame, your chance to have your design shown live on the show. And you'll also be entered into our prize draw, which is announced every Wednesday. You could win £50 or £100 added to your Jewellery Maker account. And don't panic if you don't see your design. You will still be entered into the draw. Mark's going to get us up and running this morning.
Okay, that's really nice to have old school photographs.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love photographs. My first one for today is number 69. And this is...
handwritten letter as well.
Handwritten. And this is from Mrs. M. Sprackley. Maggie. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Happy New Year to all of boys and girls at Jewellery Maker. I hope you all had a good time. I like watching Jewellery Maker as it helps me to get new ideas. Also lots of fun to watch. I'd like to win the money... Gosh. Okay, I'd like to win as money is light in the purse.
There you go.
Like everyone. Good luck to everyone. I like being called Maggie. P.S. I use red and green potato pearls, and I did this set as a Christmas present.
Oh, there you go.
Beautiful.
I like that.
I love that. Well done.
Handwritten letter.
That's lovely, isn't it?
An old school
snail mail, they call it.
That's what it is. I've got number 72, and this has been sent in by Marilyn. It says, good morning to all at JM. Here's my first attempt at an adjustable wire wrap bangle inspired by the wonderful Alison. Although I have had a considerable amount of wire for some time, I haven't progressed much further than the gizmo with it, as I didn't think I'd be able to make anything wearable. But Alison's simple approach and clear instructions removed the fear factor. And although it is by no means perfect, with plenty of scope for improvement, I am not too unhappy with it. Well, I have to say, I don't think I would be too unhappy with that as a first attempt.
Stunning, isn't it?
That's been sent in by the wonderful Marilyn Sharp in Sheffield. So congratulations, Marilyn, you are number 72.
Okay, my next one is number 70, and this contains 2 of my mediums that I really want to get to grips with this year. Lace and wire mesh. This is number 70, and this is again another from Margaret. And Margaret says, I've put lace in PVC glue overnight, and I've dried hard in the morning. Then I've put the wire ribbon on, and amber and silver to finish it off. All bought from Jewellery Maker, and thank you all for the great help you give us every day. I hope I win as I need the money. Just to be glad to be on the Wall of Fame. I've never worked with lace before, and that's from Margaret in Birmingham. Never worked with lace, that's incredible. That's stunning. I love the colour scheme of that as well. It's beautiful.
Isn't it? Lots of texture from those different mediums, isn't it? Okay,
wow.
I have got the most fantastically wire-wrapped pendant. This is coming in from June. Actually, I think I saw June already coming through for something this morning, so I think you're tuned in, June. It says, hi all at JM, here is my entry to the Wall of Fame, my first attempt at wire-wrapped cab. First attempt, really?
Really?
Really pleased with the result, I should think so. Thank you to all your designers for sharing their knowledge. Good luck to everyone. That's from June in West Yorkshire, and you were number 73. That is amazing, isn't it? That's a first attempt. Wow.
That's incredible. Okay, my last one for this section, number 71, beautiful pair of earrings here, from Clancy in Gloucestershire. And Clancy says, hi everyone, this week's entry is a pair of earrings with gold-plated chain and garnets, all from Jewellery Maker. These are for my gorgeous sister-in-law who has a January birthday, hence the garnet. I'm very pleased with the result, and I think she will love these pretty, delicate earrings. Good luck to all of us, and that's Clancy in Gloucestershire.
Absolutely
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Well done.
Beautiful shepherd hook earrings there.
Oh.
We are now going to go to a quick break. When we return, we're going to give you all the chance to own those beautiful gold-plated findings that Mark is working with as part of his challenge, you see. I know people are going to be flying through for those because there's so much design scope with them. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back in 2.
The fastest way to shop with JewelleryMaker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with JewelleryMaker.
Okay, today I've been on the wire macrame workshop with Mark Smith. Been an absolutely brilliant day. Found loads of new techniques that I haven't done before with wire and macrame, and we've made quite a few different items of jewellery to take away. It's been a real good experience. Great teacher, very patient with us, and we've been having a good laugh. I've done a bit of normal macrame with your satin cords and that, but with the wire it's a totally new aspect for me, and I've found it absolutely amazing.
JewelleryMaker offers an extensive range of creative workshops for all levels, from beginners right through to advanced. Each workshop is run by our approachable tutors who are all friendly, knowledgeable and are specialists in their field of expertise. Our popular courses are tailor-made to suit your needs and to help you get started with a new hobby or to advance your skills onto the next level. We keep the class sizes small to ensure you get plenty of one-to-one attention, so book early to avoid disappointment. For more information, contact our call centre or visit our website.
We here at JewelleryMaker love to hear your feedback. So working in conjunction with FIFO, a global ratings and reviews provider, when you purchase a product from JM, you will receive an email asking you to rate our service and our products. This helps us to bring you excellent customer service and ensure we're bringing you value for money and high quality goods. Have your say with JewelleryMaker FIFO reviews. Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
Good morning and welcome back to JewelleryMaker. It's been a pretty action-packed first hour to the show, and we have got lots more treats to bring you, one of which is this particular finding collection, which Mark is using as part of his challenge this morning. Alongside the quartzite and the green shell pearl, we have these gold-plated chandelier-style findings. So they could be earrings, they could be a pendant, they could be kind of feature connectors as well. Oh, wow.
They're for Dion.
How did Mark manage to make this? He's been demonstrating, talking to me, and he still managed to make a pair of earrings. There you go. Oh, look at that, Dion. Kind of like shoulder duster style earrings, pretty on trend right now. There you go. So that just goes to show the potential of these. They could be used as earrings, but I mean, you could just as easily use them in those kind of traditional pendants that we see fairly frequently here on the show, you know, with the varying lengths of chain. That's what I'm envisaging when I see it. But what are you going to do with your gold-plated chandelier findings? Now, you get 5 pairs in total, so that suggests to me that they're initially intended to be used as earrings, but really you get 10 individual pieces. It's up to you what you're going to do with them. Wow, People love these findings. The reason I say that is because so many people already multi-buying these. Now we often talk about the fact that earrings are big business at craft fairs, aren't they? So if you're going to get these at wholesale price, if you grab 2, that's sort of 10 pairs of earrings. So you can really up your stock levels, as it were, couldn't you? And of course, you can make the actual pieces quite affordable because they're gold plated. So they still have that kind of decadence, that opulence that you attach to statement style earrings. I think they are going to be quite statement-esque because they're quite large findings. They're 34 by 25 mil, but because there's a base metal there, you can afford to make them a little bit more affordable. Would you go along with that, Mark?
No, absolutely. I'm trying to think what I would sell those for. Probably £15.
Right, okay.
I would have thought.
I'll be honest with you, you know, the genuine gemstones, gold plated, if you were to go into like a high street accessory store,
you'd pay that for a synthetic, wouldn't you?
I was just going to say, you'd probably pay £20 for a synthetic, in all honesty. I say that just based on my own research. I don't know exactly the price point, or I didn't even, but I'm guessing that's like plastic anyway that's used, isn't it? Not genuine gemstones. So
some sort of resin.
Resin, I suppose. And I doubt it would be gold plating, because that's 9 carat gold that's used for our plating as well, I should just say. So there you go. Fantastic opportunity, especially when you see the price point. I get excited because so many people come on the phone lines, I forget our graphics don't allow us to bring the price in as quickly as we'd like. So, without further ado, £9.95, so that's less than £1 per finding for gold-plated items.
Gosh.
So, £2 for a pair of earrings, essentially. Of course, we've already brought you the quartzite and the shell pearl at wholesale price point, so if you want it, I mean, you could literally recreate those just over and over again, really, if you wanted to. Or lots of different variations of the same design, but in different colour tones. Fantastic. I mean, you take lots and lots of different choices of earrings on your craft festival, don't you, Mark?
I mean, I've never made them, but a few of the designers have made them recently. Are they called slave bracelets?
Yes.
So you use one of the findings on the top of the wrist, and take one to go around the wrist, and then the second part you can have your chains coming off to go around your fingers. So you could use those as a focal slave bracelet piece, couldn't you?
That's a great idea. So then you can have, so you'd have the chains coming off from this
around your fingers.
Part around your fingers, wouldn't you? Yeah, I've seen those on the show. Fantastic. They were really, really popular, weren't they? Those kind of designs on the DI shows, for example. People like to recreate those.
Or have one as a centre point underneath a tiara band or something like that, couldn't you? On the forehead.
We talk a lot about sort of bridal commissions, for example, and I think we sometimes underestimate the different multicultural weddings because,
of course,
they tend to have very lavish sort of dress changes, because some like Indian weddings go on for like 7 days, don't they? And the bride can have sort of 3 almost, I'm going to call them costume changes. That's effectively what they are. So 3 costume changes a day, and some of the jewellery and the headwear is just so lavish, so beautiful.
I mean, you wouldn't miss these in a Bollywood movie, would you?
Absolutely not.
They're amazing.
I won't bother modelling it, because I don't think I'll do it justice, but I'm sure you can all get the idea. I'll put some skin tone behind it. £9.95, less than £1 per finding. We're going to move on. Don't forget, Mark will be inspiring us with those, because he's going to be doing this as part of his challenge. Already created one beautiful design. We will get it photographed before Dion pinches it. Okay, which one are we doing, sorry? Okay. Right on cue. It's almost like it was planned. I'm joking, of course it was. Producers put lots of effort into the show. And planning a JewelleryMaker show takes like a whole day. This doesn't just happen. I mean, this does. But okay, let's stop being silly, because the one thing we do take seriously is providing you with the best value and the best advice. And this particular DVD is perfect for that, because it's all of the craft fair tips you'll need to get up and running with selling your designs. And I know for a fact there's a lot of designers out there who are going to be selling their designs in 2015. And the great thing about this DVD is that we've managed to cram 7 different projects onto this one DVD. And you can see there some of the pieces you can make, how it should be displayed. And Mark is a very successful craft fair attendee, aren't you, Mark?
I love my craft fairs. Yeah, we talked about this in great depth last night about why I like craft fairs so much. And we had a few text messages saying, you know, can you make a living from craft fairs?
Yeah.
And we were trying to explain that for me, it's more of a social thing for me. And I go out and then meet lots of people and just to make a bit of pocket money to buy more gemstones to continue the hobby, really. So this is one of the this is the DVD that I'm most proud of.
Right.
Of all the DVDs that I've made, and we made it for the Christmas Day launch.
Of course, yes.
And it proved very popular on Christmas Day. And the first 6 projects are basically twists and new versions of old favourites that I sell on my stall.
Right.
And then the last section, right at the very end, is a 5 or 10 minute Q&A session that Carol and I have. So we talk about stall setup and the size of float and bags and gift bags and how to present your jewellery. So it's but
this is something you and I talk about quite a lot on our shows,
I definitely wore my heart on my sleeve on this one, and I gave lots of top secrets and tips and things.
That's one of the biggest tips I could give anybody about selling. If you're passionate about it, then your customers will believe in it.
I think it comes across on this. And in total, I made 58 pieces of jewellery for this DVD.
Wow, that is amazing, isn't it?
So there's a lot to look at. It's a brilliant DVD. As I said, it's the one I'm most proud of, I think.
Oh, fantastic! There you go. Lots of passion gone into the planning, the production. And as you can see, Mark's still very, very proud of this particular DVD. Only launched on Christmas Day, which, you know, you might have been busy that day. Who knows? You might not have had the chance. You might not have seen it on air since. Now, you have the chance to not only grab this, but as always, our DVDs come to you at and add it to your order price. And it's interesting what you just said there about sort of the idea of creating lots and lots of profit from your craft fairs, because of course Sam is my regular tech up on the Late Show, and I asked her the same thing recently, saying, like, you know, how successful are you financially? And she said, she actually said, I've never really thought about it, because she said the biggest draw for her and the reason she continually sort of rebooks her stall is the camaraderie she's built up with the people in the venue.
Oh yes, that's right. No, for a social occasion. I mean, I don't think you'll ever pay your mortgage with craft fairs, you know, or survive with a family.
Yes.
But for people who just want to make a little bit of pocket money,
and also meet like-minded people, build up a new social group, like you're saying.
And all the information that we give at the end of this, you can transfer into jewellery parties as well. So you're not just restricted to craft fairs. There's the party aspect as well.
And of course, there's the knock-on effect from craft fairs, because you never know who you're going to meet. Somebody might give you the kind of personal commissions that do allow you to start being a more successful business person. So you might find that at the craft fairs you're focusing on selling £10, £15 earrings and bracelets, but off the back of that somebody might just say, could you make me a £200 I don't know, headpiece for my daughter's wedding, something like that. So you know, these are the kind of, it's a kind of in, if you like, into that whole world of selling, isn't it? It's a great way to sort of ply your trade, get a grounding, and of course get a better idea of the standard that you're working to as well. I mean, maybe you just would love the idea of spending an hour with Mark and Carol in your living room. There you go, you can do that for just £4.95. Lots and lots of people taking advantage of this deal, and in fact we had a text through from Susan saying, I love the craft and fair tips. There you go. Can't go wrong. Glad you're enjoying it, Susan. And maybe you got your order up and running as a result of the Quartzite deal, the nugget bundle, the macrame board. Why not benefit from the deal that we bring you here at JewelleryMaker of 1 P&P per day of just £2.95, but adding this to your order for just £4.95. Once again, we have created a short queue on the free phone number because we are very, very busy this morning. We're getting the weekend up and running. In fact, I'll tell you what, shall we have a second text topic this morning? I've already asked you to text in with items that you've created for your friends, but how about this for a good idea? I think we should do this every Friday morning, actually. Text in if you've got a craft fair this weekend and we'll give it a little plug for you.
That's a good one.
On national TV. So the text number is 60777. If you've got a craft fair, just tell us whereabouts it is being held, you know, the kind of time, and we'll put that text on screen and we might just get a few more punters down there. Right, okay, 495. Right, we're going to move on because we do have a lot to bring you this morning, and as I say, we're very, very proud of being able to provide you with wholesale deals. And that's not just on genuine gemstones, because of course we do also have very close relationships with metal workers as well, because of course we've been dealing with precious metals for over a decade as part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, and that allows us to have these fantastic findings created on your behalf. Once again, the most competitive prices on the market. In fact, a lot of people saying just can't find these items elsewhere, and I'm just thinking, S-long cord, micro macrame, you've got your board, you've got your S-long cord. How about these beautiful metallic beads? Rose gold flash copper beads. You like that, Matt? Does that work for you?
Kumihimo, without a doubt.
Oh, Kumihimo.
Kumihimo braid, yep. It's my new thing. I just adore it. Absolutely love it.
Now
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And I suppose once you've kind of mastered the art of macrame or kumihimo, it's quite easy to turn your hand to different weaving techniques.
No, I love it. I love the effect. Yeah, and as we were talking about earlier, to make the simple braids, kumihimo is fantastic, but just adding beads as well, you get a completely different look, and you can go down that sort of vintage steampunky. Yeah. And I mean, I would be happy wearing that as a kumihimo braided bracelet, without a doubt.
I'm thinking that fine kind of you know the black wax cord that almost looks leather, it almost has a leather effect to it, doesn't it? That with those on there, that'd be perfect, wouldn't it, for it? Yeah,
no, absolutely.
There you go. Now you actually get 295 pieces as part of this kit, so a real wholesale deal. Although I do know that people who are doing kumihimo or micro macrame might get through these quite quickly. Yeah. The price that we're going to bring you, of course, does allow you to multi-buy on this particular item. We're never going to limit anybody to one individual item because, as I say, it's our aim to be your one-stop shop, to be your wholesaler for all your crafting needs. These are perfect because, once again, you've got the base metal, which makes them affordable, but you've got the rose gold flash finish to that. Just to clarify, because we do have lots of new buyers every single day here at JewelleryMaker, flash is very similar to plating. It's just to do with the micron thickness of gold that's used in that process. So it's described as flash. Rose gold flash copper beads here, and actually interesting that you mentioned that kind of mix of styles there with the vintage and the steampunk, because rose gold's very in keeping with that, isn't it?
I think rose gold is going to be massive again this year. I
love it. I think it's fantastic because it's versatile. That's the thing. If you do want to place it alongside softer tones, then you get that feminine effect. But if you do want a more dramatic effect, it does have that warmth and that kind of. Actually, the other good thing about it, just thinking about it, is the fact that it goes with so many different metallic tones. So yellow gold and rose gold looks fantastic. The copper wire, the antique bronze wire. This is just
amazing.
Beautiful, actually, on that note, you could use them as accent beads on like a soutache design or a wirework pendant, couldn't you?
Your own cabochons. Yeah, it'd be beautiful.
Sorry, I'm inspiring myself now. Here we go. 295 pieces. These are your 3mm rose gold flash copper beads. Add it to your order prices all morning here at JewelleryMaker. $6.95. Make the most of that 1 P&P per day by grabbing this particular wholesale deal. Once again, lots and lots of people multi-buying this particular item. Don't forget to check out those baskets. Congratulations to Janet, you've got 2. Margaret's got 2. Michelle's got 2 as well. So that means you've got well over 500 of these rose gold beads heading your way. Again, if you do have it in your basket, I will just say, huge influx of buyers on the phone lines. I'm not entirely sure how much stock we have of this, but it may not actually be enough to go round based on the number of people on the phone lines, I will just say. Wow, the phone lines are extremely busy now for this particular item. Congratulations if you are coming through, and again, just check out your baskets to avoid disappointment. $6.95 for 295 individual rose gold flash copper beads. And if anybody's sitting at home thinking, why wasn't it 250, why wasn't it a round number? It's just because it's done by weight. So we try to get them the optimum weight to keep the shipping costs low enough for us to give you these kind of competitive prices, but still give you the maximum number of beads. Whoa, is that right? So you actually get 22 grams of rose gold plated copper. That's amazing, isn't it? So there you go. So that's probably, you know, some sort of cut-off point somewhere in the world. Yes. for shipping or something or other. And that's why it works out at 295 pieces. So there you go. Our insights into the world of how we source our items here at JewelleryMaker. But of course, to give you this incredible price point, that's how we have to work. $6.95. We work on very, very fine margins here in terms of the price points that we pay, the price points we negotiate with our different suppliers, but also right down to the shipping costs from all over the world. We've got buying offices all over the world to optimise these kind of buying processes so that we can give you the best deals on the market. I went to a craft store, famous craft store, the other day, and I was looking at beads. Now they sell predominantly more actually metal beads than even synthetics or gems, from what I found on the shelves, that is. And these weren't precious metals, and I have to say, they were selling them in packs of sort of 10, and they were, shall we say, not very competitive in terms of what I'm used to seeing here on JewelleryMaker. My director said, "Is that really what you did on your day off?" And I just said, "Yeah, I'm really sad." No, the reason I say I'm sad is because I wasn't making anything. I literally just went in there to get an idea of the price, but that is my job. I want to make sure that we are giving you the best value. Now, I'll tell you, I was in a kind of retail park sort of thing where there were lots of shops, and I was looking for some walking boots, you see, and I did get my walking boots. I was very pleased with those, wasn't I, Mark?
You were.
You were here the next day when I was raving about them. But I really went in there hoping that somebody would ask for an autograph. Didn't bat an eyelid. I didn't really go in there for that reason. I did genuinely go to have a look at the prices. But next time you are in one of those stores, if you spot me, I want to be mobbed. I want it to be like Beatlemania when you see the big dog. Yeah, just go in with my JewelleryMaker polo shirt. I'll take my bag, my storage bag, just to try and get noticed. Now, I'm only messing around. $6.95. As I say, we're having a bit of fun this morning, but we are taking one thing seriously, and that is bringing you amazing deals, as always. Okay, we're going to move on. This is the best thing about these little tweezers, the little scoop on the end. I love it. Okay. Oh. Yes. Okay, so this is an example of what you might get as part of a 10 mystery gemstone strand bundle. So I don't know what gemstones you're going to get. All I know is you're going to get 10 individual strands. This is a sample from that particular item. So some might have completely different gemstones. In fact, they all probably will have. But just to give you an idea of what you might receive, this is one sample. So hopefully that's clear. Because I don't want anybody phoning up saying, nah, Ed had pink gemstones. Oh, I didn't get those. So I don't know what you're going to receive. But I love that, because we've just been talking about taking yourself out your comfort zone, trying new things, experimenting. And this is a great way to do it. It's a bit like a sort of blind challenge, really, like a design brief. As though you're one of our designers, you're sitting at home and you receive your kits at home, and then you just have to create a suite of jewellery.
I like
Be
that.
a good way to put your sort of design skills to the test, wouldn't it? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is interesting because one of the items in this particular bundle, if you like, is this huge feather. It's already backed. So you could make a real feature of that in your designs, couldn't you? Mm. But you also get 9 strands of gemstones. Okay, so obviously I don't have specific details about this because we didn't know what it was going to be, but on this particular one you've got heart-shaped jet black gemstones, look like black onyx to me.
Beautiful.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? Could be black agate, I suppose. I don't think it's spinel because of the luster, and I'd also probably remember if we had spinel in this cut, but I'm probably wrong now that I've said that. It probably is spinel, but I just don't know. These beautiful pastel tones. Looks like quartz to me, because that very much looks like rose quartz. Then you've got this gorgeous strand of jasper. Those are like 12mm rounds. You've got your green quartz, sort of emerald green tone. You've got your shell here in your pink pear drops. These look like little prehnite seed beads in your 2mm. Strand of gems of distinction garnet. Wow. This is fantastic. Look at this. This is the spotted agate, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. And then you've got faceted clear quartz coins there. So that's just an idea of what you might get. Actually, do you know what this would be? A great gift for a jewellery maker, wouldn't it? Because you don't know what they're going to receive. Actually, it'd be good, almost, if you have jewellery making parties, which I know a lot of people do, just to order a few of these, everybody chips in, get a few of these home. It'll be like our Sunday experience mornings, wouldn't it?
Oh yes, yeah, brilliant idea.
Where everybody sort of chips in. Oh, I love that. Okay, so they've got a little event going on Facebook at the moment, kind of like a chain letter thing.
Oh,
the art chain.
Yeah.
Well, this would be good, wouldn't it? Because what you do is when you nominate somebody, you could buy this item, and then you never know what you're going to be making. So it's a bit of a challenge as well. 10 mystery gemstone strands already. Lots and lots of people taking advantage of this deal. I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get. For the price point, who knows how many gems of distinction strands you're going to get in there. I've got this fantastic garnet, which is, of course, January's birthstone. £25, so it's £2.50 per strand as part of this particular deal. And as I say, who knows what you're going to get. I've got clear quartz, garnet, agate, jasper, prehnite, shell, quartz, what looks like onyx or agate, and then I've got this huge feature feather as part of my kit as well. So, as I say, just to be clear, I don't know what you're going to receive. You don't know what you're going to receive. Clues in the title there, the 10 mystery gemstone strands, all available for £25, and that works out at £2.50 a strand. Can't be bad, can it? Unbelievable quality, unbelievable value. Okay, if you've got it in your basket, check out now to avoid disappointment. We are going to move on. I'm going to bring you our next deal of the morning. And we have been focusing heavily on the art of macrame this morning because it's a macrame special. We brought you our macrame boards. They're still available on our website, both the large and the small. So how about we now bring you some of these beautiful weaving cords, and actually I would go as far as to say they're coming to you in your springtime colours, because these are the pastel tones which I normally associate with that season. I think they're almost gemstone colours really, aren't they? You've got your beautiful morganite pinks, your amethyst purples, your neon apatite blues, your peridot greens. How about this heliodor golden tone there as well? Now you've got 20 metres of each colour tone. So you've got 100 metres of weaving cord in total here. Perfect for macrame, kumihimo, or actually some people do like to just use cords within their techniques, within their designs, don't they, doing different knotting techniques. If you want to add 100 metres of weaving cord to your order, you need to be coming through very, very quickly. This is a bit of a limited availability item. Let's get the price on screen as quickly as possible for this. They're flying out the door. It's an add it to your order deal. £6.95. That works out at 7p per metre. Again, you know, if you go to certain craft stores, particularly like independent craft stores, and I'm not having to go at anybody, I know that they have different overheads attached to the way they work, of course, but we don't, so we can afford to bring you better value. You can pay over £1 a metre for some cords, and these are top quality weaving cords. 7p per metre. Alison's text in to say, I love watching you, Ed. You are fun. You have no idea how fun I am, Alison. I do try. I try to be upbeat, even on the morning show when I haven't fully woken up yet. We're getting there now. I've done some maths. Amanda's texted in as well to say, hi boys, received my 10 mystery gemstones today. Lovely strands and a gems of distinction. Also, they cost me 0p because my lovely son got me a £50 JM voucher. Oh, that was your Christmas gift. That was a good gift because he knew he couldn't go wrong because you're probably as addicted as everybody else. And, you know, it's just, he didn't even have to leave the front door. Didn't have to deal with the Christmas shoppers, shall we say. I saw those Black Friday shoppers, and I'm glad I was here. I was stuck here all day, and I was glad of it, to be honest with you. It looked a bit crazy out there, didn't it?
Yes.
I don't even go shopping anymore. I just buy everything online. It's so much easier. And of course, here at JewelleryMaker, if you're doing that, you can shop online and 1p per day. £2.95. Amazing. Okay, huge numbers of people coming through for that. Most people multi-buy, and that's the way to do it. 100 metres for £6.95. We're now going to go over and rejoin Mark for the second kit of the morning.
I've threaded so many beads
you're
here.
Just packing away your challenge.
I don't want to drop them all.
Okay, we're going to
place
let
them
Mark
down
pack
here.
away because he's been working very hard on his challenge. He has got a lot to work with. You've got 8 strands of gemstones on these gold coins.
I know.
He's so greedy.
Very lucky.
I have to say, this kit is gorgeous. The colour combination is beautiful, and it's quite interesting actually because this colour combination is kind of ever present within fashion trends, but also it does have a unisex vibe, if you like. Because I've seen a lot of red and black in male designs recently.
I just thought Kylie Minogue through the whole kit.
Did you?
Yeah.
I should be so lucky. That's just some of the fun Alison was talking about. Rubbish jokes. I'm a dad jokes. The other thing about this kit is, and probably the initial draw, and I know that people who do sell their designs at craft fairs will be absolutely aware of this factor. It's the L factor, the labradorescence. It's mesmerising. Because you've got different colour tones coming through on the labradorite, so you've got golden tones. I mean, the facing us is almost like a lemon tone, isn't it?
No, absolutely.
And then you've got the electric blues. It's quite nice actually because the red of the quartz is actually drawing through the violet tones from that blue labradorescence. Gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. So, the labradorite itself gives you 60 carats in these plain ovals, but there is very subtle irregularities to the size and the shape. Gorgeous the way they've been polished. Actually, again, you know, the last show we did together, I think we spoke about this, didn't we, in the way you get a slight variation from the faceted and the polished labradorites.
Yes.
So on the faceted variety, it tends to be much more prominent on the face of the gemstone, but with the polished variety...
It's all over, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got almost like an internal glow. That's like a sky blue tone. That's fantastic, isn't it? So 60 carats of your labradorite, Love this, because again, it's a neutral, uniformed, faceted. Can't go wrong.
That's beautiful.
Clear quartz rounds, 6mm in size. And then how about this? Cranberry red tones coming through from your quartz rondelles. Beautiful colour tone there. Absolutely fantastic. Real depth of colour from those. Now, we've mirrored the colour tones in your S-long cord. So once again, 210 metres of S-long cord, 70 metres of each. The black, that again, basically sort of a ruby red or a cranberry tone, and then the white tone there as well. So, I mean, it's a classic combination, isn't it? Black, red and white. We've also got 118 pieces in your findings pack. This is your silver plated findings kit, so you get 1 metre of chain, 3 different kinds of head pins, fancy earring findings, as well as the classic looks from your ribbon cord endings, toggle clasps, fancy toggle clasps as well there, and also you do get your shepherd hooks, your crimp beads, your crimp bead covers, your jump rings, all into the bargain there. 118 pieces in total, and your traditional threading material, so your monofilament, your elastic, but this time gold coloured beading thread, just to give it, it's almost like an antique gold, isn't it? Gorgeous. Everything you could possibly need to get up and running with the art of jewellery making, or of course if you just want to create a beautiful cohesive suite to present at your craft fairs, or even to create gifts for a loved one, or maybe you deserve a gift, maybe you want to treat yourself. Why not? Can't go wrong with these colour tones. Going to go with pretty much any outfit ensemble, shall we say.
Well, the beautiful berries, they've called it.
Beautiful berries. Oh. Perfect.
See, I would have called it "Can't Get You Out of My Head." That's where I got this inspiration from.
These are kind of kylie colours, aren't
they? The video, it's just everything in that video says it with this kit. It's brilliant.
There you go. I like that, man.
Yeah.
You've taken this thing, you've ran with it.
Yes.
You can't get her out of your head, can you? Bit of Kylie, you can't go wrong. No. Everybody needs good neighbours. I'm sorry. Can't help myself. Crowbar them in. Keep the puns coming. I really want to land that Christmas cracker job next year. Okay, now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individual pieces of jewellery. They're all very wearable pieces.
They're all completely different as well, which is what I really liked. And I used the labradorite separately. I incorporated it with the red stone actually, rather than the white quartz, which is just to give it more depth. And maybe I should put it on a red bust, on a white bust.
This one?
Yeah.
Shall I switch them just so you can get the effect?
Yeah, because you can't see the red stones in between. I think the red and the labradorite was an amazing combination.
Yeah,
actually.
It is a real beautiful contrast.
Yeah, it really lifts those turquoises, I think.
Fantastic. Love that piece actually.
Just make a really nice way of using up the chain that you have in your kit. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and you get 1 metre of chain, so you can afford to make a feature of it in your designs, can't you? Okay, so 118 pieces of your silver-plated copper in your findings kit, along with your 3 strands of gemstones, your labradorite, your faceted clear quartz, and your beautiful cranberry red quartz there in those little polished rondelles. $24.95 for this particular kit. I mean, you could pay that for the labradorite elsewhere, couldn't you? This isn't a small strand of labradorite either.
No, it's not.
30 centimetre strand, I'm guessing. I'll have a look. So which of the pieces are we going to demonstrate?
I'm going to just quickly show you how to do that little bracelet there with the white quartz and the red quartz.
Gorgeous. That's kind of floral effect. That you
it's quite clever actually. It's a funny little technique. So this is utilising your S-long, and as you can see, it goes through all of your stones so easily as well. Which is so to have your lazy and your working strands both the same material is a real boon, I think. And what I've done is I've popped on the red and the white stones in a particular order. So the first group of 3 is red, white, red, and then what we're going to do is just repeat it. So in effect, you're going to have 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way down. Okay, so that's how you need to thread up your strand to begin with. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is attach our lazy with our beads, as we've got on here, and then we're going to take our working strand, which for any bracelet now I always do fingertip to fingertip length, and because you know you're all going to have ample amount of thread to complete the piece. And all I've done at the top here is I've tied 4 basic square knots. Okay. Now, because Eslon is so fine, I actually used the beginning section of the macrame here to attach my clamp onto on my lobster claw clasp. So all of that is actually hidden on the completed bracelet. That gives a really good anchor to use. Okay, so first of all, we're going to just start off our bracelet by encasing those first 3 beads in your Eslon. And this is all just acts as a starter. I always feel that you don't need to be elaborate with your beads at the back of the bracelet because it's going to be under the wrist and no one's going to see it. So I always start with just a basic little section at the start of the bracelet. Make sure that sits nice and tightly. And it's got a really nice quality, the Eslon, very similar to hemp, that it holds really well. So once you've tied that knot really tight, it's not going to go anywhere at all. So now we start adding the little flower detail. So we're going to push up our first section of 3. And this is a really nice little technique because not only are you using beads on the lazy, you're incorporating beads on the working as well. So you're utilising all 3 strands. So we're going to take one of our white quartz on the left-hand thread. And because the Eslon is such a rigid material, it threads so easily. Okay, then we'll take the second on the other side. Okay, and what we want to do is, as you can see, if we tied that now, the beads will be encasing above that red stone. So we want this top of the flower, so we're going to bring the beads down, okay, so they sit below that first white quartz. And what we're going to do is we're going to cage them in. Okay, just make sure that those beads are sat below your bead on the lazy strand. Okay, like so. And then we'll do the second half of our knot. Okay, like so. So just make sure that's nice and secure in place. And pull tight. So now that is now pulled so tight that those beads, there's nowhere for them to go. They're caught there. Okay. So to the second half of the flower, we bring up our second group of 3. We go back to our working and we pop a bead on each side. So a bead on the left and a bead on the right. Okay, you can see how easy these beads go on all of the Eslon threads. Okay, so what we need to do now, we need to position this time above our bead on the lazy to get that flower shape. Okay, on the top little section here we have them below. Right. If we did that below again, you'd end up with a sort of a chevron pattern rather than a flower. So we just need to make sure that they're positioned above the bead on the lazy this time.
And then we're just going to space.
Yep, and then we're just going to
not spinning around.
Yeah, okay. Is that bringing in the fun element again?
Yeah, well, okay. You know I am fun, Mark.
Okay.
But I do love this design. Okay, stop now with Kylie puns. I can't.
Okay.
So all I'm thinking of.
So you're going to make sure that first part of the knot is nice and tight, and then we bring up the second part. Okay. So that in effect is your flower. If I bring that down a little bit, you can see. So you've got 3 petals above and 3 petals below. So to do your next section, you bring up your next set of 3 beads. You pop on the working bead each side, again above the bead on the lazy. You just repeat that until you get to the length of your bracelet. And if I could have the completed bracelet, if I show you on the overhead, so all I've done is I've used the clamps on the Eslon clasp. As you can see, I've used the little section of macrame that I've put at the start and at the end, which is roughly between 8 and 10 half square knots, and just clamp them. So because, as I said, because the Eslon is so fine, you can use those to encase the clamp, and it's nice and rigid. And as you can see, all the way along, you get that really nice flower motif all the way around. And those beads aren't going to go anywhere because you've pulled those knots in between really, really tight. It's just a way of utilising your lazy and your working to use the beads. So it's a really nice little nifty technique. It's beautiful with those colours as well, and with the Eslon threads. And if I'd have used the black Eslon thread, it would give it a completely different dynamic, and it would look so different. So it's a really nice little technique.
You've got
it's beautiful.
All those variations of
absolutely. I mean, you could have black through the middle and white on the outside. Again, give it another completely different look. So
monochrome.
Really nice little technique.
Fantastic, there you go. Well, we are going to leave that one with you. It's just $24.95 there. All of those findings, the Eslon cord and those beautiful gemstones. Wow. We are going to move on though and have a look what you've been making on the Wall of Fame. Welcome back to the Wall of Fame, and we're going to have a look at a few of your designs. I have got number 76, beautiful lace design here. This has been put together by Anne in Rill, and it says, here is my number 2 lace creation. All materials are from JM. Short and sweet from Anne, but that's all you need. You're in the prize drawer, Anne, number 76.
Beautiful. My next one is number 75, and this is from Angela. And Angela says, hi all, please find attached this week's entry to the Wall of Fame. It is a simple 3-strand weave necklace using varieties of moonstone and sterling silver. The photo just does not do the moonstone justice. Regards, and that's from Angela Finch, number 75.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
I've got this fantastic suite. This is number 78, made with bronze, druzy and smoky quartz, and this is coming from Sue in Liverpool. So this is my entry into the week's Wall of Fame. I received my order today and had to make something right away with the druzy and the quartz. The photo doesn't show how beautiful and sparkly the gems really are. I used rose gold findings and copper wire, everything from JM, as you can't beat the quality for the price. Have a great day. That's come through from Sue.
That's lovely, isn't it?
That is fantastic. The combination of colours, so vintage, so gorgeous.
I would wear the bracelet.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Beautiful,
yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, my next one is number 74. Beautiful pair of earrings, and this is really showing off our findings. This is from Dawn in Leeds, and Dawn says, hi all, this week's entry is a pair of orange earrings made from gems from a bead scoop. I think they're coral or maybe shell. I think they're shell, having a closer look at them. And that's good luck all from Leeds. And I like the way that Dawn has used the little pear head pins underneath the pear cut.
That's very
clever.
clever.
Very, very clever. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. This is another design that shows a real attention to detail, isn't it? Gorgeous little tennis bracelet here. This is coming through from Lisa Andrews. It says, hello, this is my entry to the Wall of Fame. It's rainbow moonstone with the sterling silver findings. Everything's from JM except for the crimp covers. This bracelet was a present I made for my auntie for Christmas. There you go. I love watching JM for all of the ideas and techniques. Also, all the great deals. That's number 77. Thank you so much for entering that into the Wall of Fame, Lisa. Now, you make a great point about the great deals, Lisa, because coming up after the break, a very exciting deal. We are going to bring you the Paracord. We didn't even know this was coming on today's show. We've managed to get it in, basically to honour Mark being here. It's coming up in 2 minutes' time. Don't move a muscle. Be on the phone lines as quickly as possible. Only have a limited number available. Paracord coming up in 2 minutes' time.
I've really enjoyed today. I've been on the resin course with Fiona Potter, something I've never tried before, and was wary of having a go because it seemed a bit sort of chemically in science, you know. But today, yeah, definitely, and I'm confident that I can do it at home now.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company. Do you need a helping hand to get started with JewelleryMaker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our JewelleryMaker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
When shopping with JewelleryMaker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. or opt for our premium delivery at just $4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with JewelleryMaker.
Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
Join resident designer Sheila for our Bridal Headwear for Beginners DVD. Sheila will guide you through an array of beautiful bridal designs, including a pearl tiara, the star hair cone, a twisted spiral tiara, and much more. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Welcome back to JewelleryMaker. Very, very exciting times because we're now about to bring you the Paracord bundle. Some of these colour tones are virtually brand new to us. We were lucky enough to launch some of these colour tones on New Year's Eve, Mark and myself. I don't think we've seen them too many times since, so this could be the first time you've seen some of these colour tones. Now, this one in particular is incredible. This is pretty much brand new to us over the last few weeks. This is the item that Mark created my bracelet from, so it's my favourite now. I think it's originally described as kind of army camo, but I think we renamed it as the reptilian variety, didn't we? So you get 16 feet on each reel here. They're all 4mm in diameter. So that's the reptilian one. Then you've got the navy blue. Now these are good actually because a lot of these colour tones now are a little more masculine and the Paracord's perfect for masculine jewellery design. So you've got the navy blue, the reptilian, the jet black. I mean that is just amethyst purple, it's the only way to describe it. And then you've got the traditional kind of desert camo or khaki coloured there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. All 16 feet in length. We know the popularity of Paracord. People literally come flying through on the phone lines when we bring this to you. Now the only thing that we were missing on New Year's Eve was the Paracord traditional buckle clasps. And that's why Mark showed us how to create the little knotted loop on the night, wasn't it?
That's
so
right.
we could secure
Yes,
our necklaces. But as part of this, we do have the buckle clasps. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual buckle clasps as part of this. They're 12. Oh no, sorry. 6. Sorry, there's 6 in there. I just miscounted. Oh, a quarter of the stock's already been allocated. We haven't even brought the price on screen, and we know how busy we are this morning. Oh, wow. Most people are multi-buying this, so I would definitely advise people to start dialing now. Closer to about a third of the stock's now been allocated. This is fantastic, isn't it? Because not only do you get all of these beautiful colour tones, you've got those 6 clasps, which are so essential for this particular item. Well, I say essential, they're not really essential because you've already shown us one way to secure it. But I mean, there are so many different weaves and knots you can do with the Paracord.
Absolutely hundreds, and more are being devised on a weekly basis at the moment.
Right.
So it's really popular. It's really catching on.
Actually, I mean, we have our own YouTube channel here at JewelleryMaker. If you go there is a massive expanse of sort of tutorial techniques you can do. But it's almost as though YouTube was invented for Paracord knots and weaves, because when you go in there, if you just put Paracord in, you will see there are literally hundreds and hundreds of videos of people, like you're saying, basically have developed their own knots and weaves, aren't they?
Absolutely. No,
Great for getting started. We saw somebody text in earlier just to show how accessible it is. Their 9-year-old daughter created a gift for her grandfather using Paracord. Oh, Kerry texted him saying, I made a Paracord bracelet from JM last night and gave it to my husband. There you go. So that's in keeping not just with this technique, but with our text topic this morning, which is, of course, items you've made for your friends.
I'm going to put my neck on the line here, but I've got a feeling that Paracord could be bigger than Macrame here for JewelleryMaker this year. With some of the shows and things that we've got coming up that I've been told about.
Oh yes, we had an exclusive reveal on New Year's Eve. Shall we re-reveal it?
I think I have already.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Today, yes.
You've already said about it.
Yeah.
So we've got a workshop coming up with Paracord, haven't we?
No, not yet.
Oh no, is that what
the
it was?
DVD.
Oh, it's the DVD. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's in the planning as it was.
Yeah, 4th of February it's being filmed.
It's going to be filmed on the 4th of February.
Yep.
That's going to be. I'm going to be working on that shift side that day.
Yeah.
So I might just come in early and watch you film the DVD.
Or do it with me. What about you do it with me?
Yes.
Because we haven't done one together, and it'd be perfect for 2 chaps as well.
Yeah.
Have a word.
We're making a live pitch on air. I'll speak to the powers that be. I'm happy to come in. When would it be? Like 6:30, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I'll be here. Okay, I'm gonna get
see if you can do that. I think it'll be really good.
Yeah, it's
you're the only presenter I haven't made a DVD with now.
Don't rub it in, Mark. Come on.
I've even done one with Drew.
Stop rubbing it in. Okay, we've had a take. We're only messing around, bud. Mark, in Yorkshire, finally, I've been able to secure Paracord. I've been working every time it's been on and missed out. Can't wait to get started with it. There you go.
You're going to be hooked.
Okay, we're going to have to bring the price on screen. Hundreds of these have now been allocated. $9.95 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 length of Paracord and the clasps.
This is better than the New Year's Eve deal.
It is. It's even better than the last deal we brought you.
Wow.
Alison, yes indeed, it has to be Mark and Ed doing a DVD. Teresa texts us, hi, I made a Paracord bracelet for my son and sent it to him in the UK when I saw him on New Year's Eve, and he was wearing it. So sorry, when you saw him on New Year's Eve, he was wearing it. There you go. By the way, I'll just say, I'm not wearing this for effect because I knew Mark was coming on. I haven't taken it off since he gave me it. In fact, if you were tuned in the other night, I was wearing it with when I was on screen with Fleur the other night. So there you go. I love it. As I say, it's perfect for my new active lifestyle. James texted in to say, morning to my favourite boys and all at JM. Just tuned in to watch Ed. Why are you still in your PJs? PJs? This is all the rage. Different colour collar, that's all the rage. I took my inspiration from, a millionaire's style. This is Steve Bennett. This is Steve Bennett's look. That's the owner of the company. He was always wearing shirts like this, isn't he? Jessamine stays in to say hi. Love Mark's designs. Got my DVD as I really want to make the goddess necklace. It's fantastic. Yep. Love it when Ed presents. He always makes me laugh. There you go. Probably because I've turned up in my PJs. $9.95. So that's like paying £2 per reel of Paracord and then getting your class for free, effectively.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Do you know what? One of the things that I was looking for when I went into the craft store the other day was how much Paracord would be, but they didn't have any.
No,
so I
haven't seen it in a shop.
No,
I haven't seen it in a store anywhere.
Oh, Alison has texted back and said, "Don't worry, Ed. You look just handsome to me." Thanks, Alison. Thanks. Here we go. $9.95 for this particular bundle. Do not miss out on this deal. Wow, I would say over half the stock's now been allocated. Oh, sorry, well over half the stock's been allocated. Closer. Oh, in fact, we've got fewer than 50 of these remaining in stock. That's literally flown out the door. We've all been kind of falling in love with this material and this technique. So, all I'm going to say is there's still probably about 15, 20 people coming through on the phone lines. So Gillian, Sian, Joan, Margaret, Morag, Sian, Anne, Helen, Annette, Patricia, and everybody else who's got it in their basket, I would definitely check out now, otherwise you are running the risk of missing out on this Paracord. And I don't say that to put pressure on you, it'd be completely pointless. You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no pressure involved in anything you buy here at JewelleryMaker. I just don't want anyone who loves Paracord to miss out. John from Ayrshire, where my family are from, says just love when you're on Ed and with Mark, best show, loving it.
There's lots of chaps texting in today.
You know what? That's what we bring to the world of jewellery making, Mark. Okay, so some people have been kind of inspired by the previous text saying about the goddess bracelet. So Sue says, hi guys, can I ask which DVD demonstrates the goddess bracelet? And which one is it, Mark?
It's the latest one, the craft fair tips.
That's what I thought, yeah, it is the craft fair tips.
We make a triple goddess necklace, but it's exactly the same technique to make a bracelet.
It's called wired necklace.
Yes, it's on the craft fair
There you go.
tips.
So
yeah.
I thought it was this DVD. There you go, the wired necklace, project number 6, and details of that are available at the bottom of your screen. So you can add that to your order for just $4.95, and I think, well, over 150 people just got their order up and running as a result of this Paracord bundle. We didn't even know this was coming up this morning, so it's a treat for everyone. And of course, make the most of that 1p&p of just $2.95 by adding the Craft Fair Tips DVD to your order. Sue says, thank you, love you guys. There you go. I think that means everybody collectively, because of course the mid-show crew have now arrived as well. So we've got Rockstar Ben on cameras now as well. There he is, looking very elusive this morning.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, hold on. Have you got your blue suede shoes on? Is that to commemorate the fact that Elvis would have been 80 yesterday?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah?
I wish they were suede now.
Oh, yeah, they do kind of. They're blue. They're blue shoes. We're all in blue. We're trying to encourage Dion to go even lower on prices. Not that I'm sure she could go any lower, because $9.95 for the Paracord bundle. It is literally flying out the door. How many of these do we have remaining in stock now? Oh, sorry, Dion's taken another call. That's probably because she's just managed to secure another brand new item. Have a look at this. It's our cluster chain. This looks like green onyx to me.
Gosh.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Green onyx in the golden tone. This is some of the colour combinations we've been discussing. How many, sorry? Oh, there's only 15 left of the bundle. No, sorry, I was asking that question. Sorry, Dion, I didn't realise you were on the phone when I asked. See? Very, very difficult for our producers. So this is a green onyx cluster chain. Sorry. So yeah, as I say, well, it's 15 officially remaining in stock, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 people in their basket. So I think some people are actually going to miss out, because we've also got a queue on our phone line. I just wanted to make everybody aware of this as the calls do go through for the Paracord bundle. We've got the cluster chain coming up later in the show. That's a brand new item. We also have this, and I did make everybody aware of this on Facebook. Limited quantity available of this particular item. This is the gem setting kit. We are going to bring you the last in stock of that this morning. In fact, we might do that in a second time after I show you the fact that we also have these beautiful gemstones that can be set into this. So we're going to bring you those, and these extended toggle clasps. Now, I was pretty excited about these. Oh, shall I tell you the other thing that I was inspired for my text topic this morning? When I saw these brand new extended toggle clasps, I wanted to let everybody know about them, because I was saying, how perfect would these be for cufflink designs? Because I'm a little bit obsessed with cufflinks at the moment. And I did suggest, I'm going to have to get Mark to make me some cufflinks. And so many people text back to say, Ed, don't you think it would be nice if you made Mark some cufflinks this morning? Now, I did come in and I did say, do you know what, I'm going to go in early and I'm going to pinch this, I'm going to do it. But when I got here, I had to film something, which you will see very soon, and it is exciting news. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to reveal it, so I better not in case I get in trouble. But you'll see the VT very soon. I've already filmed my part, so it'll be on air very soon. So I didn't have time to make that, but how perfect are these toggle clasps for cufflinks? Because you've got the extended links.
They're amazing, aren't they?
They're just perfect.
Perfect, yep.
Those are also going to be launched in the second half of the show, which we're already entering. So we better get on with bringing you the gem setting kit. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't sure when we'd be able to bring you this, so I wasn't able to give everyone a heads up of exactly when this would be launched. So it's now. Sorry. This has all the tools you need to set your gemstones into it. Just to be clear, you don't get the gemstones as part of this kit, but this is the kind of work that you can do. Very, very professional looks. Setting your gemstones into your prong settings. Everything you need, so you get a pair of chain nose pliers, pair of your side cutter pliers, a bezel pusher, your diamond tweezers, your small gem holder, your file triangle, your wooden ring clasp with wedge, and of course it all comes to you in your handy little carry case. So everything you need to get started with this hobby. I mean, some of these sort of professional standard tools you can't even get in craft stores, and if you could probably expect to pay the same amount for one item as you are for the whole kit from us here at JewelleryMaker. And I say that knowing the kind of prices that certain stores will charge you for tools. Because we know that certain techniques, you can get away with doing them without the right tools, but having the right tools increases your confidence, makes things easier. But when it comes to your gem setting, I don't really think you can do it to a high enough standard without these tools. You really do need to have these in your sort of collection. And I know how popular owning tools are with our designers. I was talking about this when we launched the bail making pliers, and one of our very regular viewers, Della Tink, has something like 57 pairs of pliers in her collection. One jewellery maker contacted me on Facebook to say that she's got more tools than her husband, who's a chippy. So he's a carpenter and she's got more tools than him now, because she's just become obsessed with the hobby. But I'll bet the quality of your work is gone through the roof because you're working with the professional tools for the job. Gem setting tools, of course, essential for that, because that's the whole point of it, isn't it? You want that traditional, professional look. Okay, we've got to get the price on screen because it's pretty much selling out at $11.95.
Really?
Has that always been the price?
Wow.
Okay, that's always been the price. That just goes to highlight the value that we brought you. I must have tricked myself last night when I was looking at it. I'm not very bright, am I? I really thought that one was going to be $19.85. Sorry, it's always been $11.95, so I don't know why I'm surprised. I just saw it and couldn't believe it then. Now, I will say we've got fewer than 50 of these available. That's right, isn't it? We had 46 to start with, is that right? 47, sorry. See, my memory works, but my eyes don't. Well, actually, I got it wrong, so they don't work. So we had 47 to start with, but now we've got fewer than 20. $11.95. I mean, in all honesty, you could pay more than that for a pair of chain nose pliers from other suppliers. That's amazing.
Can't believe that.
$11.95. Okay, well, you know what? I shouldn't really be surprised, should I? Because we're JewelleryMaker, and that's how we roll. We give you the best value on the market. The gem setting toolkit for $11.95. We are approaching very limited availability. In fact, if everyone was to check out their baskets, we would have just single figures of availability remaining. So it looks to me like that is going to be a sellout deal this morning. We've had another text. It's come through from Josephine. It says, hi, could Mark tell me what he used to make the goddess necklace, as I want to make one exactly the same, so I can order today. Ed, you're great. Like it.
Okay, you need 2 strands of either a 6 or an 8mm round.
Okay, what did you use? Do you remember what gemstone?
8. I used Amazonite, multicolour Amazonite.
There you go.
Well, there are 3 or 4 different types, but Amazonite is the nicest. Or fluorite. Okay. That's a really nice one. And then you need the basic gizmo coiler.
Right.
And use the larger mandrel of the 2. You get the thinner and the larger, because basically you're making your own jump rings.
Yes.
And then you also need 1mm wire of a corresponding colour. And then you need the Wags Y cone and chain and clasp from your findings pack in a corresponding colour. So it's 0.6 or 0.8 bead. your larger mandrel, 1mm wire, plus your findings pack.
There you go.
It. That's all you need.
That's the ingredients list, as it were.
Yeah, that's it.
Good luck. I want to see that on the Wall of Fame now. So we're going to move on. Next deal of the morning. The what, sorry? With the gemstones? Yeah, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because has the kit now been a sellout? The toolkit? We've got a handful remaining in stock. Well, we've got 6 officially on our website, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 people with it in their baskets. So looks to me like that will be a sellout deal. And what do you need? Your calibrated gemstones to set into your designs. And here we've got 10 carat gemstones. They're all faceted and cut gemstones, so they're perfect setting into this professional piece of jewellery. You've got a 7x5mm emerald. You can see that at the top here. You've got an 8x6mm ruby. My goodness. Then you've got this gorgeous amethyst. Look at that checkerboard faceting on your amethyst. Then you've got a garnet there, January, so January and February's birthstones. You've got this huge, looks to me, hold on a second, because the details aren't available on this particular gemstone, but I'll do a bit of classification if I can. I don't want to mislead anybody. So ruby and emerald, amethyst and garnet, that's guaranteed. It looks like a morganite. Beautiful colour tone there. When it says gemstone, does that mean that you could get a different gemstone, but the size is guaranteed? Okay, 16x12mm pear-shaped gemstone, or stone, as it says on the details there. And then it looks to me like what I've got here is either a ratnakiri zircon or a topaz. So, emerald, ruby, and then you've got this beautiful round cut 6mm faceted gemstone, that's amethyst, garnet, and then you've got what looks to me to be a morganite, and then this could be either a topaz or a ratnakiri zircon. 10 carats of gemstones, calibrated sizes, guaranteed to get your emerald and your ruby here. Look at these gemstones, they are fantastic, aren't they? Let's have a look at our price point this evening. This morning. I'm in late show mode. $34.95 for all 6 gemstones. That's incredible. Wow. So just over £5 per gemstone for an emerald and a ruby that have been faceted, perfectly cut. Well, seems to be some deliberation about this gemstone. Well, it's not kunzite, I know that much, and it's not a rose quartz. Absolutely gorgeous gemstones. I love that kind of beautiful sky blue tone you're getting from this gemstone here. Garnet, January's birthstone. Amethyst, February's birthstone. You've got ruby and emerald, 2 of the big 4, all for $34.95. You could pay that for the ruby elsewhere, couldn't you? $34.95 for all of these gemstones. 6 individual gemstones in your little collector's edition box. In fact, then, where's the lid? Does it normally come with a little information certificate? Fantastic finish on these gemstones. Calibrated sizes, so they're perfect for setting into your professional jewellery designs using your gem setting toolkit, of course. As I say, $34.95, you could pay that for your emerald and your ruby elsewhere, couldn't you? Okay, we're going to move on to our next deal of the morning. Don't forget those clasps coming up very, very soon. Beautiful toggle clasp collection, and you've got your green onyx cluster chain as well. We're going to move on to... Here we go, sterling silver bezel set, smoky quartz, and your findings as well. Oh. Here, have a look at this. So top quality gemstones because they have been wrapped in sterling silver. Checkerboard faceting. You get 4 of these individual bezel set gemstones, all wrapped in 925 sterling silver. And that's not all you get, because you also get this little detailed toggle clasp. Gorgeous effect there, the rope effect that you've got. Love that. And then you've got your jump rings. 7 individual jump rings, they're 5mm in size, all sterling silver. And then you've got your little heart-shaped connector chains there. The links have got your little heart detailing in them. Beautiful. So sterling silver, and you've got that little rope effect on there as well. And you do get 2 of those little lengths of chain. So you get 2 of those. You get your toggle clasp. You get your 7 jump rings. This is all sterling silver. And 4 of your bezel set smoky quartz. I suppose you could call them little connectors, but probably make a feature of these. Now, I'm hearing exciting words in my ear, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of words Dion likes to make a song and dance about. She's going down to Bargain Town, that's what she's telling me. Now, anytime you see a price reduction on the morning show, it will only be available until 9 AM the next day. This is already at $17.95. How much lower can you go? Sterling silver that's been used. I mean, these are the kind of items that, again, whoa. A crisp £5 note back in your pocket. I mean, these are the kind of items that you just cannot recreate. I mean, even a talented silversmith would find it quite difficult to emulate this to this kind of standard. I mean, this is amazing. So 4 of these, I'm mesmerised by this price point. So you get 2 lengths of your sterling silver heart link chain there. Beautiful detailing, gorgeous finish from that kind of rope effect that you've got there. And then you've got this detail, you've got the same rope effect detailing on this gorgeous toggle clutch. You actually get 4 grams of sterling silver as part of this kit for $12.95. That's before you factor in the actual work that's been done to the metalwork and the huge carat weights that you've got in your smoky quartz. You've got 25 carats of smoky quartz. So that means that on average you've got over 6 carats on every gemstone. A 6-carat gemstone wrapped in sterling silver.
So you've got everything in there to make a bracelet.
Yep.
A complete kit.
Absolutely.
What an amazing present.
And oh yes, of course, because you've got 4 gemstones, you've got 7 jump rings. That makes sense, because the final one would connect to the clasp. Beautiful sterling silver and smoky quartz bracelet.
What a lovely kit.
$12.95. It's fantastic.
That's a gift. I mean, I'm thinking Valentine's gift for all those gents watching.
Yes.
Valentine's gift for the lady. They can buy the bracelet kit and make their own bracelet.
She doesn't need to know that you paid a wholesale price, a clearance price, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's got the little hearts in there as well. So yeah, it's perfect, Mark. I can see the cogs turning
it could be quite
to
devious.
the screen. And we know there's a lot of gents watching this morning because they've all been texting through.
Yeah.
If you want to get out of the doghouse, or more importantly, if you just want to provide your significant other with a lovely gift. Yeah. $12.95 is a clearance price, only available till 9 AM this morning. How many of these did you have? Ooh. Okay, now we started with 72 of these in stock, but over 50 have now been allocated, so roughly 20 remaining in stock. Okay, Shirley's texting and saying, hi lads, thanks for brightening up my gloomy morning.
Oh.
I like that. You're welcome, Shirley. Gillian texted and said, hi Ed and Mark, loving the show. Can you please ask Mark how he burns the end of the paracord? I always seem to get a black burn mark. Thanks, Jill.
Okay.
Have we got a cigarette lighter? Oh, I'm sure somebody has.
Yeah. What's a really good tip is something that I've listened to recently, because we use a cigarette lighter. So we cut the end of the paracord and we burn the cigarette lighter. And if I don't think, no, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to set off any smoke alarms. But when you use your cigarette lighter, you get the flame, okay? At the top of the flame, it's bright yellow. And as you get nearer to the lighter, the base of the flame is blue.
Right.
Okay. If you can, burn the cord with the blue section,
right,
not the yellow section. The yellow section isn't as hot, and that's how you get the blackened. It's quite fiddly. But if you imagine a cigarette lighter on its side,
yeah,
and hold the paracord, so always try to burn with the blue or the green.
The intense heat.
Yeah.
To burn away those.
Yeah, and otherwise, if you use the tip, if you can imagine in a bonfire. The yellow flames turn sort of a carbon, and you get dirty hands and that sort of thing, which is what happens with the paracord. So try to use the base of the flame rather than the tip of the flame. And another really good tip as well is just have a little bowl of water by the side of you. So when you've lit your paracord, which is still hot, just dip your fingers in the water, and just as you were extinguishing a candle flame, you get that sort of tss, tss, and again that will take away some of the blackness that you get from your paracord as well. So,
perfect.
So the blue of the flame, and it'll just tss with water, and that'll stop the ends going black.
There you go. Top tip. Thanks, Mark. Perfect. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to keep the deals coming this morning, and we're now going to bring you essential findings, but the creme de la creme. Gold-plated sterling silver. So we've already talked about, you know, premium quality jewellery design featuring sterling silver, but this time you want the gold-plated varieties. This is, again, kind of like a basic finder's kit. Contains everything you need to create a suite of jewellery, including 2 pairs of your shepherd hooks. You get your crimp beads. You also get your bolt ring clasps and your jump rings. You get your 2 different sizes of jump rings. So you get your small jump rings, which go along with the bolt ring clasp, and then you get a larger jump ring as well, which is 8mm in size. You get your eye pins and your head pins. You get 10 of each of those. Gold-plated sterling silver. Can't stress that enough, because we're talking about precious metals here. High end on top of high end. Oh yes! No, I actually know about this deal, because we honoured the price slash that had been done on this deal on one of our late shows, and my producer was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe how low this has been taken. I was thinking back and I was thinking, I recognise this deal. And then I suddenly remembered, and I'll be honest with you, Dion, I did say these words on screen. I said, oh yeah, I think Dion did this on New Year's Day. And I don't really think she was compos mentis. In terms that she was still a little bit tired, shall we say, from the night before. And I remember your reaction at the time was similar to Liam's on the lecture. He was like, oh, did I just do that? You were kind of floating your way through the show, and it meant that you gave everyone this ridiculous deal. So I know where this is going to go. I know where it should be, which is $14.95, isn't it? Okay, I'm just going to hide. The management team have already been walking past, giving me looks like they're a little perturbed.
Evils.
Yeah, little evil looks, glances down here this morning. There's nobody there now. Even they've left. Oh, somebody's walked past.
$7.95.
I know. Gold-plated sterling silver down from $14.95 to $7.95. It's virtually a half price deal, isn't it?
Oh my word.
Most people multi-buy in that particular deal. And there we go, just to show you the quality. It does have the little assay stamp. I'll just try and catch it in the light, because obviously it's very fine metal. But there you go, you can see it. It's got the little 925 stamp on there as well, and obviously your customers will be able to see that it's gold plated. So there you go, gold plated sterling silver, 41 pieces in this findings pack for $7.95. Actually, there you go, that's a challenge for me, isn't it? My director Ollie just said, there you go, that's something to do on your day off, Ed. Try and match that price in the craft shops. I doubt it. Okay, it looks to me like most people are multi-buying this particular deal. Okay, so congratulations to Deborah, Linda, Malcolm, David, Christine, Jenny, who's got 3 of those, Antoinette, Anne, Rosie, Kathleen. In fact, most people now are coming through and grabbing 2 of those. Who knows how long it will be before we'll be able to sort of bring you that deal again, down from $14.95 to $7.95, only until 9 AM tomorrow morning. Or while stock lasts, who knows how many of these we'll have remaining at 9 AM tomorrow morning. $7.95 now. Of course, there is a huge variation in the price points that you're going to be able to achieve if you're using different metal tones. So I always like to think of the silver-plated base metals, such as silver-plated copper, as being a more affordable item, so that you can create sort of pocket money price jewellery designs. And it's important, of course, if you are getting hold of the Craft Fair Tips DVD this morning, if you intend to sell designs, it's important to offer something for everyone, a little bit of choice. Of course, sometimes a lower price point might attract someone's attention, but then once they start to see the quality of your work, once they start to see the prices that you can achieve for genuine gemstone jewellery, you might find that they say, actually, if that necklace is only £25, I'll take that as well, for example. Now, we want to have the silver-plated variety, because that allows you to do the kind of £10, sub £10 price points, of course. Sterling silver is when your customers will start to expect to pay a premium, and of course people want the best of the best. That's the beauty of investing in jewellery design, because there's no essential jewellery, they're all luxury items, and if people were only interested in price, well, we'd all drive around in the same car, wouldn't we? We don't, you know. We have to cater for everybody's needs, and some people do like a little bit of luxury. Now, silver, sterling silver, is sort of the elite quality jewellery design traditionally at craft fairs, and so these days it's almost difficult to set yourself apart from other designers if you're working with 925, because you'll see those numbers on everybody's stall. But you can take it to that next level. Gold-plated sterling silver, and of course if you're working on personal commissions, maybe somebody said, I want sapphires or rubies or tanzanites or black diamonds. Maybe if you grab those on Sunday morning, black diamonds crying out to be set into gold-plated sterling silver. Again, no one needs to know that you're paying clearance prices for gold-plated sterling silver. I don't even want to say those words in the same sentence. Clearance, gold-plated sterling silver. Okay, Peter's just texted in to say, Sunday's black diamonds have just arrived. There you go. Stunning, my birthstone. So now, want to keep them. Could you ask Mark how he'd use them? Oh,
I don't think I would. To be honest, I would just keep them as a really mercenary, but as a bit of an investment.
I actually have to agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think I could. We wouldn't be able to sell them, I don't think, because people, I don't think, would quite believe that they were diamond. Well, you'd have your authenticity certificate as a backup.
Yes, true.
But definitely, so if you were doing something like that. But I would just keep them. And
the price point that you'd have to achieve on them would pretty much price out most people at the craft fair.
There was a beautiful strand, but I definitely think it would be definitely an investment, which sounds quite mercenary. But I mean, how often are you going to get black diamonds? Just
well, of that carat weight, once.
It was the little rice beads, wasn't it?
They were awesome. Honestly, they were. The finish, Mark, was phenomenal. But if you did want to create a design That's the way to go, isn't it? Gold-plated sterling silver finish. So £7.95, still huge numbers of people flying in for that one. You can continue to add these items to your order, well, for as long as the stock remains, to be quite honest with you, or until 9 AM tomorrow morning when they'll go back up to £14.95. We're going to move on now to what I believe is our final kit of the morning. Is that right? I'm just about keeping count.
You're not still dropping the price though, are you? What was it?
Well, I did say to everybody I was going to go under 19. I can say now I'm going to go under 17.
Really? Okay.
Under 16. Okay. Said it now, haven't I? I've said it now. This is macrame magic, and so this is really centred around the theme of the whole show, which is this fantastic knotting technique. Oh. Forget it, Dibs. Got in there. Had to get in there
What
quick.
have you done?
I could just hear Dee's interest in this bracelet starting to bubble up. So I was just trying to claim it before she
yes,
did.
it does have blue in it. Yes, I see what you mean.
Well, actually, there is another one. This one might be more... You can have the more statement one, and I'll have the more... OK, let's stop dividing up the jewellery designs and have a look at everything Mark's made. I mean, that is gorgeous, because the colour combination there, the purple and the red, I think is beautiful.
Now, when I was given this kit, I straight away thought, oh, there aren't any findings in this. And Laura had put this kit together for me.
Right.
And as my January challenge, I wasn't allowed to use any findings at all. I was only allowed to use the kit components.
OK,
which
like
is
that.
fantastic. So there's not a single finding used in the entire kit, which was really good, actually. I really enjoyed it.
Well, it's great because it's in keeping with some of the ideals surrounding macrame,
Absolutely,
isn't it?
that's right. Absolutely.
You don't need findings, you don't need tools. Great way to get started. We've already seen, you know, like we're saying, youngsters creating designs using these techniques. So it's got all of the cords you need. Oh, and I like the fact that you get different finishes here.
Yes, I like that as well.
That's fantastic, isn't it? So I'm just going to move those apart, actually. So we've got the satin cord in, well, can only be described as chrome dioxide green, really, can't it? Lavender kind of tone on your satin cord as well, and then the wax cord in navy blue, sort of storm cloud grey, and emerald green. You get 10 metres of your 1mm cord in both the satin cord and the wax cord. So they're all 1mm gauge, you get 10 metres of each. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 metres of cord. I love the colour tones.
They're ace, aren't they? They're lovely colours.
And we also have 3 huge strands of gemstones. You can see there, that's the blue quartzite. It's almost like a sapphire blue tone that you're getting there. And then you've got the emerald green colour tone and the ruby red. So classic gemstone colours, but in a gemstone which is a little more readily available than other gemstones. And we had the black quartzite earlier on, didn't we, as part of your challenge?
What do these people know up here on the screen here?
People on the screen. It's okay, so what? Mark and I can see how many people are on the phone lines. It is extremely busy. I know that people on the website can already see a price point. I don't know if it is the price point. And phone buyers are already inspired by the price point that I've suggested. What did I say? Under 17? Under 16?
Yes.
Yeah, under 16, that's where we're up to. I would just say, some people ask me about quartzite from time to time on Facebook. It almost seems as though people are a little bit confused because quartz, of course, is very, very recognisable, very well known to everyone. Quartzite is a genuine gemstone and it has very similar properties to quartz, a hybrid between quartz itself and sandstone, which is a very porous gemstone. And that allows for us to use these fantastic dyeing agents to create these vibrant colour tones, the sapphire blues, the emerald greens, the ruby reds in your quartzite. I mean, 12mm rounds, 50 metres of cord here in very versatile colour tones. It's probably one of the most user-friendly kits I've ever seen, in all honesty, because if you're thinking about getting started with the hobby, 12mm rounds, so easy to use, so easy to deal with. Then you've got this beautiful cord, because you've got the satin finish and the wax cord finish.
It's only a little tiny little thing, but it's something that's really important. Is all of these cords go through all of the drill holes in the beads. They're substantial drill holes. So not only was I not allowed to use any findings, but no other beading materials either. So no threads, no beading threads. So I was so pleased with these. These beads are ace.
It doesn't seem to have limited you in any way.
I mean, they're really simple techniques, and just to show the viewers that it's just such a simple little kit. It's really, really good. It's good practice macrame kit, I think.
Yeah, and good. I think for getting started, I think that's the key here. Well, some people are definitely inspired because
why are we getting 3s and 4s?
I was going to say there's 3 different customers up there who have already bought 3 of this kit, and these are and 2 of them are phone buyers.
I'm so intrigued.
Okay, we had treble figures of this available. So we had over 100 of this kit available in stock. Not anymore. Double figures remaining in stock. I think this could be a sellout, especially when everybody sees the price point. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people, 16 people with this in their basket. We've also got a queue on the phone line. When you say double figures, give me a rough idea, a little guesstimate of how many you think are remaining in stock, producer D. Okay, so there's around about 50 remaining in stock. Anne's already texted in saying, got it, just couldn't resist all 3 kits today, just got to break it gently to hubby. Oh, don't worry about that, we'll make that part of the process much easier. Okay, now I have to say, based on how many people have got it in their basket, you need to be checking out. $14.95 is the price point for the Macrame Magic Kit. 3 strands of gemstones, 50 meters of cord for $14.95. That is incredible, isn't it? You like that, Mark?
I'm just trying to tally it up in my brain. Aren't the cords all at least £2 each, aren't they? Just for the cord. Are they $1.95 or more than that?
I'm not entirely sure.
Pretty sure they're all £1.95. So that's £10. So that means you get 3 12mm strands for a £5. That's £1.
Well, they're not small either. No. They're 12mm gemstones.
That's £1 something, $1.75. What? Is that right? Yes, it is.
I mean, if you are... In fact, I'm going to run over here. I'm going to grab the Get Started booklet and DVD, because if you've been watching the channel for a little while and you've been thinking, oh, I'm just teetering on the edge, maybe I'll make a purchase soon. Today is the day that you start your new hobby of jewellery making. All of the sort of getting started techniques are available on the booklet and the DVD. You will get details of the workshops and the hub as well. You get all of this for free.
Yes.
And before you know it, who knows, you could be standing here. Mark started by just flicking through and seeing a kit at a reasonable price, didn't you?
3 years later.
And here we are. Mark's creating these kind of designs for us this morning. $14.95. Amazing.
I've never shown a kit under £15. I'm pretty sure I haven't. I would have remembered it.
I think when I was a manager of the channel, we used to work completely differently. So all of the kits used to come pre-made, you see, from across the other side of the world. And I think I had one kit that had about 5 left in stock or something. And one morning, just to make an impact, because I like to be loud and noisy, I did run in and say, take this kit under £15. So I think about 5 people got hold of a kit for under £15. But I am literally going back 3.5 years. That's one time I can remember going under £15, but this one is fantastic because, of course, we are focused on the art of macrame. So which of our designs are we going to demonstrate for everyone?
Well, I'm going to show you, which is a bit of a mistake, actually, but...
happy accident.
Happy accident, we call it. And I'm going to show you the bookmark. Which started off as a bracelet. I used most of the green satin in the long, twisted macrame necklace there. And I didn't have enough... So it was my fault. I should have used. If you pull that completely out.
Can I take it out?
Yeah. So it was going to be a bracelet, but it wasn't going to be long enough. So I turned it into a bookmark, which is a really simple little thing. If you've got some odds and ends of wax cord or hemp, anything left, And as I said, these beads go through the cord so easily, so I thought I'd quickly. And it's a paracord knotting technique that you can incorporate using other thicker materials.
Actually, I'll tell you what,
well.
if you got hold of the kind of reptilian cord, combined it with the other greens, gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, you can do that.
Actually, Bernadette's just texted in to say, hi Mark and Ed, the green necklace would be lovely to wear on St Patrick's Day.
Well, I've left it completely open so you can wear it in so many different ways, and you can actually wrap it around your wrist and have a multi-layered bracelet as well. So, no, it's really that green, the colour pop is just extraordinary.
8 weeks till Cheltenham. So, basically feels like about half of Ireland come to Cheltenham on St Patrick's Day. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited about my trip to Cheltenham. Okay, so. This particular kit, $14.95, flying out the door as you'd expect at that price point, particularly if you already got your order up and running. And shall we show how to actually get the bookmark?
Yeah, and again, this is a technique that we've shown before because obviously it's a paracord knot, and it's called the piranha or the shark's tooth. I mean, all the different knots have different names depending on who derived the knots. So it's probably called the piranha or the sharks.
Based on the fact that you're creating a shorter length, is that why you're using the smaller macrame board? Is that?
It's just really useful for doing smaller pieces. For mainly, I use the small one now for bracelets, and then the larger if I'm doing longer necklace pieces. We haven't got any left there, have we?
I think we've got a few small macrame boards left in stock.
No, this is perfect.
I mean, if you just got your order up and running as a result of a $14.95 jewellery making kit, you might as well benefit from the 1p per day. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Watch yourself, Eduardo. There you go. The macrame board, just $6.95. Wow. Details of that available at the bottom of your screen. Sorry, Matt. So we'll do the bookmark.
Yeah. So I've got 4 separate pieces of cords. I've got 2 wax of the dark green and 2 of the satin. Okay. Now for this technique, you need to have the 2 dark on the left and the 2 light colours on the right, okay? And what we're going to do, the 2 middle strands are going to be our lasers. They're going to stay in place all the time. Okay, so I'm just going to take my 4 pieces and just make sure they're nicely attached at the top of the board before we start, okay? And this is another variation of the square knot, but it's just using alternate cords. It's I really love this technique, and as I said, it's predominantly a paracord technique, but of the thicker threads it probably wouldn't work so well with Eslon, but certainly the wax and the satin and the hemps. It's a really nice little technique. So we're going to start on the left hand side, so we're going to pick up our left hand cord, and whichever cord you start with will be the cord that you do all of the knots with, and it'll make sense as I start making it. So we're going to take our left cord and we're going to go over the first cord and under the second, okay? That's all it is, over and under. So we take the right hand cord and we go over and under, but this time we make sure, as we do with a square knot, that we go through the loop that we've made and pull through, okay? Now we started with the dark green, okay? So we just start off our knot. So we carry with the dark green first. So over and under, over and under, making sure we go up through the loop, okay? Always start with the dark green, whichever cord you started with. So we go over and under. We take our second cord, over and under, making sure we come up through the loop that we've made. Okay, so we carry on with the dark green, and you can see the pattern starting to happen at the top. So I'll do a few more, just so you can see the pattern starting to form. And this is actually reversible as well. So the back, at the moment, we've got the pale green making the sort of the piranha leaf teeth pattern, and if we turn it over, you get a completely different colour. So we'll just do a few more of these. Okay, so for a decent bookmark, you probably want, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches of your pattern. Let's do a few more. It looks actually very much like a zip fastening. Okay, do a couple more, just so you can see the pattern. Okay, so if I hold that up, you can see the pattern formed. Okay, so you can see the pattern. So on this side, you can see the light green zigzags, and if I just flip it round onto the other side, as I said, it's reversible, and you get the dark green pattern on the back, so it's completely reversible. Okay, so once you've got to your desired length, all you do is you take all 4 ends. Okay, so at the top we just tie a simple overhand knot with all 4 threads. Okay, just hold it in position, and you do exactly the same at the bottom. Okay, and what I've done, if I can have the bookmark, I'll show you quickly, and all I've done is I've kept the ends the same length at the top and at the bottom. So at the top, the piece of the bookmark that's actually going to go over the back of the pages, I've just chosen a length of cord and popped a bead on all 4. I mean, you could pop the reds on if you wanted to, or the blues, bit colour. And then at the bottom, all I've done is exactly the same lengths, but I've just knotted with a single knot at the bottom of all cords, just to make it all really neat. And then once you've got that inside your book, you get your book, you pop it over. So you've got that to keep your page, and as you can see, a really nice little pattern. You can see the reverse, so that side is really light because you've got the green, pale green satin, and then this side you've got the dark. So as I said, completely reversible. It's a really nice little neat little bookmark, and then your beads will just pop over the top of the book, and you've a really nice little bookmark. So if
Mary's texting to say, could you add beads to the design? I assume she means through the weave.
But you can actually add beads onto the outside.
Ah.
Yeah, but obviously you'd need to make sure that your cord goes into the drill holes, so because you need to use the same cord all the way through. But this would work really well, and you'd have a really nice chunky bracelet with the beads sat on the outside rather than on the inside. So when you do that, when you do it before you finish the knot and pull, just pop on a bead and then finish off the knot, and you can have all the beads down the outside.
I like that.
Watch this space.
Ah, okay, there you go. So stay tuned, Mary.
Yeah.
I will just say as well, bookmarks fly off of people's stores at craft fairs because there's something a little bit different. Not everybody has them. No,
that's a really nice little technique to get the kids involved as well. I mean, that's such a nice design.
Absolutely.
And just reel off bookmarks for school presents or end of term, anything like that.
Yeah,
Teachers would love them.
Yeah, school fates and stuff as well.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
perfect, aren't they?
Yep.
$14.95 sounds a little bit silly just saying those words. We are going to move over to the Wall of Fame while you continue to add this kit to your order at $14.95. So, Wall of Fame time. Welcome back to our final instalment of the Wall of Fame this morning. I'm going to have a look at number 81. This has been sent in by Rose Fellows. It says, hi all, this week's entry from me for the Wall of Fame. I love rose quartz. This is a necklace, bracelet and earring set made from carved rose quartz roses, 8mm rounds, some dusky pink shell pearls and teeny tiny black onyx, which are 2mm. All gems and chain, clasps and earrings hooks are from JM. The fancy earring and pendant drop findings are from my stash. Wishing all good luck, but would love a win. Want to get into wire work in 2015 and need to build up a pile of wire. Well, good luck to you, Rose. You are number 81.
Now, I saw this posted on Facebook yesterday and I thought it was absolutely exquisite. It's beautiful. Number 79, and this is from one of our viewers, Dee. And Dee says, hi everyone, this is my entry for the Wall of Fame. I've entered many times but never had a piece shown yet. Maybe this time. All items are from yourselves. It's a Kumahimo piece with chain top fastening and featuring a lovely shell pearl cabochon. I've used lavender amethyst, rose quartz and keshi pearls for the tassels. Good luck to everyone who enters, but I really do need a win to get my hands on some tanzanite. And that's lots of love from Dee. That's absolutely exquisite, beautiful.
Gorgeous. I've got number 82, and this is coming from Tracy. It says, this is my entry to this week's Wall of Fame. It's a labradorite and spacer necklace. The labradorite is from JM. The spacers are from my stash. Hope you like it. Good luck to all the entries, but a win would be good. Miss watching in the afternoon, as I only have Freeview and my computer is broken. That's come through from Tracy in Wakefield. Well, Tracy, what I would definitely say is if you've got a smartphone, download the app and you can watch on your phone. So perfect. Number 82.
Wonderful. My last one for today, exquisite pair of earrings. You'd like that, I think.
I do like it,
well,
yeah, right.
This is number 80, and this is from Alia in County Clare. And Alia says, my entry for this week's Wall of Fame is a pair of earrings made with gems from a bead scoop. I think rose quartz and black agate, threaded onto 0.6mm gold colour copper wire and handmade hooks. All from JewelleryMaker. All the best, and that's from Alia from County Clare. Beautiful.
Gorgeous. Love that combination. I've got number 83, and this is coming from Lisa. It says, hi, my name's Lisa Pryor from Kent, and this is a set I've made for my best friend's 30th birthday on the 13th of January. I hope she's not watching, Lisa. I've used pearls and shell pearl for the flowers, and the stem and leaf is a surprisingly labradorite. Good luck to everyone. That's coming from Lisa. That's number 83. Beautiful, sweet. I'm sure your friend's going to be over the moon with that. In keeping with my text topic of this morning as well. So well done, Lisa. Now, we're going to go to a quick break. When we return, we are going to launch... Is it a premiere launch, or is it premiere launch of beautiful green onyx cluster chain? I mean, we were talking earlier about the kind of decadence and the Bollywood looks. This encapsulates that, doesn't it?
Very Egyptian, isn't it?
Yes, beautiful. Absolutely, like an emerald green, isn't it? Okay, that's coming up after the break. Only have a limited number of these available. Absolutely gorgeous. Don't move a muscle. We're going to launch this in 2 minutes' time.
The fastest way to shop with JewelleryMaker is by going to our website. Just click on the Sign Up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with JewelleryMaker.
Get involved with JewelleryMaker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information. JewelleryMaker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, JewelleryMaker are never far away. We all know having the right tools for the job is important, so we here at JewelleryMaker have designed a toolkit which includes all your essential pliers for jewellery making, including round nose and flat nose pliers, wire cutters, as well as a bead reamer, snips and tweezers. You've got everything you need for just $9.95. We provide the tools, you provide the skills. Get creative with JewelleryMaker. If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our Gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Welcome back to JewelleryMaker. Time now for a premiere launch of beautiful cluster chain. Now these have those traditional, very dainty rosary link chains. This is gold plated sterling silver. We've already seen us flexing our value muscles when it comes to bringing you precious metals this morning in terms of gold plated sterling silver. That's exactly what you've got here on this chain, but of course the amount of work that's gone into actually creating this. Now you've got a ½ meter length of chain here, but of course because of the clusters involved, you've probably got more like a meter's worth of rosary links, if that makes sense. As a result, you've got that fantastic little bit of movement in your design. Actually, when I was joined by Fleur the other night, she was literally saying she would just cut these into preset lengths and they're ready-made anklets for the spring and summer season, which you have to go along with. I mean, along with that, if you took off all the extra cluster sort of links of chain, you'd have a ½ meter length chain and loads of faceted green onyx. It's up to you how you use this, isn't it? But I have to say, I probably would rely on that, on the work that's been done there, because I think we've established before it would take you hours and hours and hours to recreate it. It would virtually be impossible to recreate it for the kind of price point that we can give you this morning. I mean, gorgeous colour tones here. I mean, we talked about these being kind of Bollywood-esque, but actually, I mean, they just exude luxury, don't they? Those kind of rich emerald greens against the backdrop of that gorgeous metallic tone, those beautiful yellow golden tones. Gold-plated sterling silver here, faceted rondelles here as well. So because you've got that kind of, it's almost like strategic faceting, really. That's how I always refer to it, because they're very delicately placed just on the outer extremity of the rondelles, so they do catch the light at their optimum. Gives you that beautiful sparkle. This has got 25 carats of green onyx here. Now, onyx is an interesting gemstone for me because it is used by some of the biggest designers in the world, household names if you like, the likes of Cartier, Gucci, Chopard. We often mention those, but it's because they are so synonymous with the use of onyx within their designs. Traditionally they use it as an accent stone and they place it alongside 9 carat or 18 carat yellow gold. We have done the same here with your onyx, but we are bringing you an alternative variety, this gorgeous emerald green or forest green if you like. I mean, it is just exquisite, isn't it? ½ meter length. I think before we worked it out, we were saying you couldn't even pay yourself minimum wage to recreate these lengths of chain, because it would take such a huge amount of time, and you probably couldn't sit down and do it in one sitting anyway and still maintain the uniformity on all the links. Absolutely gorgeous. Now already I've got people coming through on the free phone number to add this to their order, and when you see the price point you will be mesmerised, because not only are we looking at gold plated sterling silver, but we've got this huge array of faceted green onyx gemstones. $29.95 is the price point for a ½ meter length of gorgeous chain. I mean, you can actually see the amount of work that has gone into this. It just looks luxurious, doesn't it? It's going to instantly add value to your designs based on the finish, the precious metals that have been used, the way the gemstones have been faceted. I mean, you were talking earlier, Mark, about the slave bracelet designs.
Oh, that would be exquisite, wouldn't it?
This would be gorgeous, wouldn't it?
See, I would mix that with some really nice deep blue lapis. Ooh. Round piece, so cut off inch sections, and then you rosary link a blue lapis in between, or pyrite. That pyrite we had in the first kit would just be beautiful with that. Gorgeous.
And then you've got that kind of mixture of metal tones then as well, haven't you? From the antique gold and the very lavish, almost 18 carat gold colour tone that you're getting from this chain. Just to be clear, it is 9 carat gold that's used for the actual plating itself, but it is very, very rich.
That's stunning.
Plating of gold that's been used on these. I'd love to count how many gemstones, individually faceted gemstones there are on this cluster chain, but I'd probably be here until about 1:05. So it wouldn't be worth my while. $29.95. Again, if you've got that in your basket, you do need to check out. But congratulations if you have added that to your order, because it is beautiful. Definitely going to add value to your order. Now I'm going to have to move on because we've got so much to get through. And is it this? How many of these do you have? Okay, we've got a fairly healthy stock level, although I've done one of these previously on the Late Show and it was a sellout on that show. And it's just because of how much you get in the kit, and they are just phenomenal. Now often when we bring you the Matrix collections, they focus around findings. When we used to bring you kind of gemstone storage boxes, they used to be really, really popular, didn't they? This has everything you need. And actually, we already saw the popularity of the nuggets this morning, didn't we? And you were saying that if somebody sort of held a gun to your head, you'd probably choose nuggets over anything else.
I would, yes.
2 lengths of each strand of nuggets here. So, talking about over 1.5 meters on each gemstone. And we've got, basically, some of our most popular gemstones. Gorgeous amethyst here, and because you've got the tumbled nuggets, because you've got that organic finish, you've got a beautiful variation of colours from the regal purples right through to the lavender tones. Then you've got your clear quartz, so you need a neutral, don't you? And this is perfect. Oh wow, it's almost sparkly. This is fantastic. So you've got your clear quartz there as well. Oh my goodness. Look at this labradorite. It's got like rainbows of labradorescence coming through on here. Purples, blues, apricot tones, golden shades there, greens. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I'm going to try and catch some of this labradorescence because it is literally coming alive in my hand. Look at all of that. And of course you can afford to be a little bit more indulgent with your carat weights because you've got so many gemstones on a normal strand, but you've got 2 of each. Absolutely gorgeous. That's not all you get, because you also get this gorgeous apatite. Wow. Sky blues, tropical blues, fantastic. Carol has texted you to say, morning Ed and Mark, great show guys. I have 2 of these from previous shows. They are brilliant. The gemstone quality is amazing and the findings fab. There you go. I did say I thought I recognised this. It's backed by popular demand. Although I have to say, lots of people already allocating this to their order. We haven't even shown you the findings yet, and you get masses of findings. Let's just have a look at this combination of colours. Wow, the labradorite is literally picking up on the neon blues of the apatite almost instantly. Look at that. Have you already got designs in mind just looking at that, Mark?
Well, I actually had this pack on Christmas Day as my challenge.
Okay.
And if the viewers want to go onto YouTube after the show and look on the Christmas Day photos,
yep.
I didn't use any of the gemstones. My challenge was to make jewellery sweet, just with the findings. So I've made bracelets of the sort of the sweet variety, and using all the spacers and things like that, and it was a really clever little set of jewellery, and I didn't even touch the gemstones.
That is genius, really, because if you can start to create designs using the findings, I am going to take you through the findings in 1 second, but that leaves you with all of these gemstones up for grabs, of course. Your apatite, your labradorite, your clear quartz and your amethyst. So as I say, you know, maybe you missed out on the show on Christmas Day. This is backed by popular demand. The gemstones are fairly fantastic, but have a look at the findings. These are silver-plated findings. Jenny also texted in to say, I've got this box. Gemstone chips are great quality and findings also. So there you go. Everything you need to create sweets of jewellery, including 2 lengths of 5 metres, so 10 metres in total of silver-plated wire. And this is 0.35mm gauge. That's an interesting gauge that we don't see every day. Fantastic for all the detailing. That is gorgeous. So you get 10 metres of that. Fantastic jump rings. Wow. 420 jump rings. Amazing. You've also got these, oh, these are quite sizable lobster claw clasps. These are great. And you get quite a few of these as well. 50 lobster claw clasps. And they're 11 by 6 mil. You get 50 pairs of shepherd hooks. You get your eye pins. And wow, you get 250 eye pins. They're 40 millimeters in length. You got your head pins, and you get 230 of those. Wow. You also get 5 1 meter lengths of chain. No wonder you didn't need to use any gemstones,
It's the best challenge ever.
Actually, we kind of recreated that challenge, didn't we, on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
And I've got the bracelet. I'm going to give it away as a prize next week, which you said was okay.
Yeah.
So you get 5 meters of chain as well. You get your little flower spacers, and wow, what's that? 420 flower spacers. Amazing. And you also get your little copper beads. Oh my goodness. 1,400 silver-plated copper beads.
We're talking about the whole Kumihimo bracelet. These would be amazing.
Or micro-macrame.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. So a huge amount of findings here. I mean, this is going to last you an awfully long time, but also, we haven't even touched on the fact that you get this really, really handy findings storage box. Look at that. So you get 2,900 pieces in total, and of course you get over 1,000 carats of gemstones. And we're not talking about, you know, the more readily available gemstones here. We're not talking about the agates and the jaspers of this world. We're talking about apatite, labradorite, amethyst, clear quartz, the must-haves, if you like. Now normally, to get hold of this, it'd be $44.95. Absolutely incredible value. Is that not going to be the price then? Oh. What? Mark's too busy to let himself be fazed by that price point, but I am very much aware that Dion has just put £10 back in your pocket. I mean, you could pay $34.95 for 1,000 carats of gemstones elsewhere, surely. Actually, you'd probably be hard pushed to find that kind of price point. The apatite is remarkable. I love the kind of tropical greens you're getting through. 8 strands of these, and they're all double stranders. So it's more like getting 16 strands. They're all over 80 centimetres in length. So, I'll say, well, over 6 meters of gemstones, 5 meters of chain, and, I mean, what are we talking about? 2,895 other pieces of silver-plated findings.
The star of the whole box for me,
yes,
the entire box, are those flower spacers. They're just the best thing
it's
ever.
So funny you say that, because you get I think you get 400 odd of these,
they're incredible.
don't you?
And just those on a bracelet, on 0.6 or 0.8 wire, just thread a bracelet length of those on, just looks incredible. Absolutely beautiful. And that's when you start seeing those high-end store suite type bracelets. You know, just using ordinary jump rings. You've got the Kumihimo for the spacers. So as you said, for making a suite of jewellery just using those findings, you can make some really contemporary modern pieces of jewellery just using spacers.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And your findings in the kit, and keep the chips for other projects.
I think, yeah, am I right in saying you get 420 or something of those? Is that correct? Go back to the details. I just want to be 100% certain about that. Yeah, 420 flower spaces. They're 5 mil in size as well, so it's not as though they're going to get lost in the design. They can be the feature. Actually, do you know what? Steampunk designs, you could actually set those into it, couldn't you? Resin. You could even place those into resin, couldn't you?
Perfect.
Because you've got enough to play with. Over 400 of those alone. This is amazing. You sure about this price? Is this a Christmas Day price point we're honouring? Is that what it is? Right, I see. So this is basically, I'll tell you what, every day's Christmas Day here at JewelleryMaker, isn't it? Hold on a minute. That is, Ollie said, is that the cheesiest thing you've ever said? Come on, look who you're talking to. As if. Mind you, that is a bit of a treat, isn't it? $34.95. There you go, the texts keep coming. Actually, it says, I love it when the handsome Mr. Incredible is on the morning show. Has Dion decided on a price for him yet? I offer £5 and a triple chocolate cake.
Oh.
Actually, I'll have to be honest, when I first started doing this, I could hear another voice in the gallery. I was thinking, where are those lovely Birmingham tones coming from? It was workshop coordinator Wendy. Giving them
Wendy.
cake. She was giving you cake, wasn't she? Because I knew you were getting excited and I was thinking, oh, I know it's going low, but she also wanted me to let everyone know that on the 21st of March, Mark has got his macrame wire workshop. Oh, and there's only 5 spaces remaining, so already your March workshop is half booked up.
Really?
January one sold out, and we were saying earlier that could be almost the fastest. She's back, she's straight in it. She's 5 spaces.
Already?
How can you hear me?
I can, I'm just
This is Wendy. Wendy, come out here. She's so gorgeous. She loves getting on screen more than Pete.
Now and again, now and again. Yeah, so you got 5 left, 5 spaces left.
5 spaces left on March.
Oh, this is the Saturday one,
is that the
isn't it?
Saturday one?
Saturday, yeah, it's a good time to come along.
You better get back upstairs to take the calls.
I'm going.
I didn't mean that because I wanted to get on screen. Now that you've announced that on screen, the phones... Right, I'll be honest, over Christmas I was looking at people's phones and like Pip, who's our product strategist, is looking at the phone and it's like 5 missed calls over the Christmas break. They're like, Scott, no missed calls because he was here. Wendy, 18 missed calls, and she'd been out of the office for about 3 days, so I know that when it comes to the workshops, people are flying in. So there you go. That's amazing, Mark.
It's 22nd, isn't it? Saturday.
22nd of March.
Yeah.
And my good friend Debbie from New Jersey is through for this one.
That's an amazing price.
Now I know for a fact that Debbie in New Jersey loves Kumihimo. So maybe that backs up what you're saying.
Could be, yes.
Because of course you get, as I say, what was it, 1,400 of these individual little silver plated spacer beads.
Wow. I was thinking you can make little Kumihimo braids an inch long and use them as cufflinks. They'd look incredible.
Ooh, I like that.
Kumihimo cufflinks. Might have a go at doing that.
I haven't got any of those yet. I'll do anything to get more cufflinks in my collection. Okay, I love that. I'm mesmerised by that price point. So even at $44.95, I would have expected people to fly in for that, but $34.95, amazing. Okay, we're going to move on. New in once again. Okay, over here. Oh no, is this the toggles? Oh, we're gonna launch the toggles now. Oh, I suppose we better. We're well into the final hour of the show. I'm getting excited. I'm acting like I've got all day to hang out with Mark. Oh my goodness. Okay, now this is the toggle class collection. Now we've seen similar items to this previously, but we haven't seen the extended toggle class before. So these are gonna go that little bit further. Now you get 2 of each toggle clasp, and you get each design in the 2 colour tones, which are antique bronze and gunmetal. So in total you get 28 pieces. So you get 7 different designs, and you get 4 of each toggle clasp. 2 in antique bronze, 2 in gunmetal. I hope that's clear because I really do see this selling out very, very quickly. Ollie, I'm well ahead of you. I said it 12 hours ago when I found out about this and I put it on Facebook. He's saying, let me guess, cufflink designs? It's the first thing I thought of. As soon as I picked my son up from nursery yesterday, I was going through the products. 'Cause I told you I'm really cool on my days off. And first thing I thought is brilliant, because sometimes with the smaller toggle clasp you do need an extra jump ring or a bit of chain so that it will go through your cuff, but you won't have that issue with these. But mind you, what I'm thinking is take the T-bar off to keep for your cufflinks, and then you've got these gorgeous links which will be perfect for your chandelier style earrings, which of course we have an example of. Yeah. See, I'm starting to think like a crafter now. Starting to see how far things can go. Dion said, get your hands off my earrings. All right. So you can see here, not only do you get this fantastic array of different colour tones and the extended links, but also look at the metalwork, look at the detailing there. Almost like you know, that plaited chain kind of effect on that one. And then you've got, oh, I love the curvature on this one. That just looks so designer, doesn't it? Wow, you can see that polished metalwork is really picking up the
Reminds
light.
me of that fashion house beginning with V that has Medusa as its logo.
Actually, what I was thinking of.
Was
when
it?
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking of. There you go. I know I was right now to think of that. Now that you've said it, Mark. This is the. I would say this is interesting because this has got a kind of zigzag-like style. Oh, actually, yeah, we're picking that up brilliantly on the T-bar. I love these. They're fantastic, aren't they? This one's a kind of more traditional look. Your simple polished metal tones there. 3 links on all of these ones. So just that little extension, which again just gives you greater creative scope, doesn't it? This is more like the. Actually, they're like, it's almost like a vine leaf style, like a wreath or something, isn't it? That looks beautiful. And then we've got this. This is a more traditional rope effect, but on smaller little links there. And then look at these sort of trilliant cut or heart shapes, if you like. They're gorgeous, aren't they? Again, traditional rope effect. So, 28 pieces all in all. 7 different designs, 2 in your antique bronze, 2 in your gunmetal. I will show you one of the designs in the gunmetal so you can get an idea of the colour tone, because we've focused heavily on the antique bronze there. This is the gunmetal, so I'll show you. It's gorgeous actually, isn't it? For your steampunk designs, or of course, actually, and I don't say this in jest this time, I mean this for cufflink designs for gents, that kind of, that charcoal tone, that industrial look does look gorgeous, doesn't it? Okay, these are flying out the door. Congratulations if you came through early, that's the way to do it. Limited in availability, never been seen before, $19.95. Well under £1 per toggle clasp, and when you consider the amount of work that's gone into all of this metal, that is amazing, isn't it? I mean, we were talking about this again, you know, when we were last together on New Year's Eve, Mark. The more detailed metalwork is definitely reminiscent of the bigger Italian design houses, isn't it?
Well, because we were talking about the gold and the rules, the funny rules they have, and
actually, yeah. I did say I researched that, but I
You didn't, okay.
I didn't, so I'm just naughty. I'll find out for tomorrow for you. Yeah, there's a rule regarding the way they either import or export metalwork in Italy. If you know it, text me too, because I haven't done my job properly. So you can get me out of trouble. I'm going to take you through the designs again, just so you can see them in detail, because there's so many people coming through. We've created a queue on our free phone number. Don't panic, it's around about 60 seconds. So you've got these gorgeous effects. This is the gunmetal. There you go, with those extended links. So that's the first of the design. Don't forget you get them in both colour tones. You don't have to choose or anything. You get 2 of each. I love that one, because that really does cut the light. It looks like sort of you know, the diamond cut chain that you get.
Yes, yes.
It looks like that, doesn't it? Because of the way
I quite like the idea of separating of that entire chain link and the larger circles, placing a bead above it and a bead below it on a head pin, so you've got a sort of a flying saucer type earring finding. I think they look really nice.
Well, that is really interesting, because of course the whole idea behind earring designs is that they do frame the face, and so having a little bit of movement like that, something a bit different, will attract attention.
I think that look really nice.
That'd be gorgeous. So actually this is going to go an awfully long way, because then you're left with your T-bars, a little bit of wine, you can create cufflink designs.
Jump rings and all sorts, so don't just use them as they're intended.
Oh no, we always say that about the findings, don't we? You know, never take them sort of at face value, think outside the box. And don't forget, you do get your ergonomically designed storage box here. I'm such a pro these days.
I love our storage.
Oh, I'll tell you, so many people are probably getting themselves out of trouble as a result of our storage boxes. Because if you've seen some people's workshops, they are amazing. Isabella Jewellery.
Oh yeah.
She's causing quite a stir with how organised her workshop is. Okay, I'm going to quickly put all these away because we still have people flying through for this, and we've got so many more items to fit in before 1 PM. And of course, I don't know whether Becky had this written into her contract or something, but she is back on screen with Laura Binding. So she's back doing wire work with Laura this afternoon from 1 PM. Where are we going to, sorry? On this side? No, this side. Yeah, I know the one. Here it is. Okay. Okay, this is going to go to the lowest ever it's been. That's lower than the lowest that it's ever been. These are the words that my producer's saying. Just know it's going to be a good deal, she said. This is the Christmas or winter collection of findings that we put together. Rose gold plated, so you get that little bit of warmth from the findings, and you get all the detailing from the charms. There's everything you're going to get. So you get your little Christmas tree, your bell, your stocking, your reindeer, your angels. In fact, you get 3 different angels, although one of them, I have to say, I did reclassify as a fairy the last time I looked at it, because it basically does look like Tinkerbell. That is Tinkerbell, isn't it?
Yes.
There you go. You get a snowflake as well. Then you get a little bit more generic in terms of, for example, the heart shape. So I mean, really, these are perfect for Valentine's Day, aren't they? You get the little heart shape. This is all rose gold plated copper. You get your little tubes, your curved tubes, your straight tubes. I mean, actually, your little cherubs could be for Valentine's Day as well, couldn't they?
Oh, brilliant idea. Yes, absolutely.
I can't do it. That was Director Ollie's suggestion.
Oh, was it?
So I can't take credit. No. I want credit where credit's due, Ollie. That was a great idea.
Yeah.
You also get a ½ metre of chain. Is that a ½ metre? Must be. I'll get a ruler. Let's check. Yeah, easily. ½ metre of chain. You get your jump rings, your shepherd hooks, your fancy earring findings. Wow! Massive bolt ring clasps. Now they're going to be good if anybody does suffer from dexterity problems. I know we hear that quite a lot. But I was saying, you know, when we talk about dexterity problems, it's not always kind of long-term issues like sort of arthritis and things. When I fell, I broke my thumb and I couldn't do it. I couldn't have done class for about 4 weeks, so you know, you could have just used those for that time. And also you get these little detailed spacer beads as well. I mean, we've talked so much about macrame and kumihimo this morning. These are quite intricate. You get 195 and you can see the detailing on the outer edge of those. It's really interesting how they actually do this. Basically, to create the frosted effect on the metalwork, it's sandblasted to create that texture, and then the metalworker will carve this detailing onto each individual bead. So again, very labour-intensive process, and of course it just brings that little something extra to the design. In fact, if you're creating this for a gent, you could almost get away with using those as little footballs, if they're football crazy. Who would be football crazy, eh? You also get a huge carat weight of gorgeous gemstones, and you get the traditional metallic tones. So you've got pyrite and hematite. I don't know if they're classified, but that is what it is. Put myself out there and say that because it is. Actually, we haven't seen hematite for ages, have we? But we've got it in here. I'm sure that's what it is. Because it's not form. It's not
in chip form, is it?
Sorry?
In chip form.
Yes, in chips and nugget form. Yes, the pyrite and the.
How often do we never get hematite chips?
Oh, you're right, actually. Even when we did have it, it was like faceted rounds, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you're right. I can't get it out. There we go. So these are the chips and nuggets. Actually, it's really interesting if you just got hold of the toggle clasp, because you've got that same gunmetal
finish,
effect,
yes,
haven't you, from the hematite. Now, we have done a previous price reduction on this particular kit, but we're about to go to the lowest of the low. Is that correct? I'll tell you what.
Glad you had the lid on there. Oh no.
I had the lid on, but it's...
Oh no.
Didn't have the lids on the individual thing. I'm not going to show you what I'm going to do. Cassie, I'll sort it out at the end of the show. My apologies. I've totally destroyed it. Should be $37.95. We're going to take to the lowest ever price. I hope you're already coming through on the free phone. I wanted to show everybody it all together. I'll fix it, don't worry. $24.95 for this particular collection. Do you want to see what I've done?
Yes.
I know exactly what.
Now, Cassie already knows what I've done. Made a right mess. Look how many storage compartments you get as part of this collection.
I'd get a nervous twitch looking at that. I really would.
I'm not overly amused, but I'm holding it together because it's live TV. I'll fix it, don't panic. $24.95, down from $37.95. Some people are multi-buying this particular deal. I'll tell you what, I know this sounds ridiculous and probably annoying to some people. You could kind of stock up for next Christmas. I know it sounds silly, but
no, it's not.
It's going to creep up on us. So now you're working on Valentine's Day. Before you know it, Easter and Mother's Day will be here. Then you're all going to be planning your jewellery designs for your summer holidays. You get back from your summer holidays, it's time to start planning for your Christmas craft fairs. They start in about October, don't they?
Yes, yeah. Or before now.
Oh, even earlier these days. Oh yeah. It's pretty much... Halloween just gets in the way of people doing their Christmas craft fairs.
So apart from that little row of festive bits and pieces, which I would take out and make wine glass charms or something near
for your Christmas Day.
You could use all of that now. So it's only that little section that's festive, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And you're taking £10 off for that reason.
And to be honest, we've already established that 3 of those don't really need to be used at Christmas anyway, because they're fairies, essentially, or cherubs, aren't they?
And hematite chips as well. That's the boon for me on that. I think those chips.
So here we are, the all-year findings collection. Forget about what it was intended for. That's the whole point of crafting, isn't it? To, as we say, think outside the box and utilise these different items to the best of your ability. We are going to have to leave that one. $24.95. That's amazing. Just put that to one side, and I'll fix that at the end of the show. Okay, now this has in fact been a specialised macrame show. We launched the show by bringing you the large and small macrame balls. They're still available on our website. Well, the few that we have remaining in stock are available on our website, or of course if you dial the free phone number you can add them to your collection. And we're going to bring you some of the wax cord. This is a little bundle that's been put together. Oh, I'll tell you why I'm having so much trouble. These are upside down. There you go. So, again, kind of traditional gemstone colour tones, really. You've got your sapphire blue, your amethyst purple, emerald green, your jet black, and your apatite blue.
It's pretty much the colour scheme of that paracord pack, isn't it? So combine the two, that would be incredible.
They've scarpered. I don't know where the paracord... Oh, no, they haven't. They're right here. I'm going to grab them. Is that okay? For everybody that got hold of the paracord.
Is that sold out?
Yeah, it was indeed a sellout. So yeah, you've got the navy blue, the purple, you got the green, the black.
Perfect.
Actually, I'll tell you what, the silver and the blue,
amazing.
that's your living room all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go. Perfect combination.
That works so well, doesn't it?
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
I'm thinking that £10 that you effectively had off that kit.
Put it towards your wax cord.
Buy that wax cord to go with the paracord. I like the way it's all tying in. It's brilliant tying it.
And actually, there's no way we could have planned it because we didn't even know the paracord would be in the show.
No.
It's just another happy accident.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. We just saved you £10 on that kit. How about add the wax cord, and we'll cover the cost of your P&P because it's just £6.95 this morning.
Oh my gosh.
And am I right in thinking you've got 10 metres on each, you've got 5 colour tones, that's 50 metres of wax cord, 1mm gauge for £6.95. Macrame artists, get on that free phone number. If you've got these in your basket, start checking out immediately. £6.95.
Wow.
I like these little colour tones. So you could even say like kind of your masculine and your feminine tones, your colds and your warms.
What I've recently discovered is the way that we finish paracord off with the cigarette lighter, you can do that with our wax cord.
And
it's the same material on the outside.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's really useful.
That's why we have our experts, our macrame experts here on the show. Such a loser, aren't I? Can't help myself. £6.95. Lots and lots of people coming through for that one. Stay where you are if you're on the free phone number. Oh. Okay, now this is a little chain collection in the same colour tones and the same storage box as the toggle clasps. People came through for the toggle clasps in their droves.
In their droves?
Yeah.
Did you just say?
Yeah. Sorry, did I get a bit posh?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's the only time I've ever gone posh, I tell you. Right, now we're going to bring you the chain. Did it again. 2 for 2. It's because Pete's coming. He's distracting me. He's had a fight with a lawnmower. Someone's lowered his ears anyway. Right, let's have a look at the chain. Oh, I'm getting in trouble now.
What did he say?
My director said, you really are cracking a lot of dad jokes this morning. Do you know what this is? The sad thing about that is on Sunday morning I was with a completely different crew and they were all saying, Ed, you're such a dad. And now it's becoming like a motto. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Right, you get a metre of each chain, 7 different designs in both colour tones, so 14 metres in total. There's all the designs that you're going to get. So you've got the large oval link chain, you've got the ball chain, you've got the very fine oval link chain, you've got the Figaro chain, you have got the mini twisted oval, the patterned link, as well as the traditional kind of curb chain. So 7 different styles, 2 different colour tones, a metre of each, 14 metres of chain, 7 of your antique bronze, 7 of your gunmetal, and it's coming at you in the most ridiculous price point you've ever seen for these kind of lengths of chain. And of course, when you've got these kind of lengths of chain, you could really go all out, create those kind of body chain designs, like we've got this beautiful image of Gemma sporting her little body chain style. £29.95, so £2.20 per chain. For me to lend the chain, £2.20 each. Are you all right in there, Dee? £2.14, in fact. There you go. She's all right now. She's beating me at maths. Yeah, her and her calculator. Wow, £2.14 per metre length of chain, and of course you've got the gunmetal and the antique bronze, 2 of our most popular metallic tones here at JewelleryMaker. Lots and lots of people taking advantage of that. Of course, if you already got your order up and running, maybe you grabbed the paracord or the toggle clasps. I mean, this is an essential, isn't it? Having these kind of collections of chain means that you're always going to have the right fastening for your design. You're never going to be stumped. You're never going to have to make a compromise within the design process. 7 different styles, both of these 2 very popular and contemporary colour tones, the gunmetal and the antique bronze, available this morning while stocks last for $29.95. An amazing deal. We're going to leave that one with you, I believe. Oh, actually, there's still huge numbers of people flying through on the phone lines for this one. If you've got that in your basket, you do need to be checking out. Can I just show everybody the really fine chain, actually, because it's so beautiful, and it will bring a totally different dynamic. I mean, you can imagine a kind of steampunk style pendant on this fine chain. I mean, look at that. Really intricate, isn't it? And actually, if you are creating quite contemporary designs, you might even choose to kind of mix the metallic tones. Oh yeah, that looks gorgeous actually, doesn't it? Because it makes both the colour tones really pop in the design. Gorgeous. So you've got the antique bronze and the gunmetal there. Lots and lots of people taking advantage of that particular deal. Not surprised really. £2.14 for a metre of per metre of chain, I should say. Right, we're going to move on. Which one, sorry? Okay. Aha, another wholesale deal on findings. How about 50 pairs of rose gold plated shepherd hooks? Can't go wrong. So I just go posh again. Okay. The Mackay residence.
I like that.
Mackay. Right, rose gold plated shepherd hooks now for you. And again, you've got that versatility with your rose gold. Love that. Because of the detailing for me, I mean, we all know how easy it is to create shepherd hook earring designs. And actually, you know, we've even shown people in the past how to make your own shepherd hooks, but you find it quite hard to recreate this kind of effect, wouldn't you, where you've got the kind of detailing here, you've got the little ball and that.
It's a little gizmo coil, it's amazing, isn't it? So they need to make the coil and then attach it to the earrings. It's just incredible. Like the
detail. Then you need to get a little spacer bead. I mean, it's not really worth it when we're bringing you these kind of findings in wholesale quantities at ridiculous price points. Best value on the market with... Whoa! Oh! I was already excited at $9.95 for 50 pairs. Add it to your order prices all day here at JewelleryMaker, down to $6.95 now.
Oh my word.
That's amazing. For 50 pairs. 14 pence per pair. You get 37 grams of rose gold plated copper for 14 pence per pair. I mean, this is something we were talking to Sam, sorry, on my tech app on the Late Show the other night, and she was saying sometimes, because she traditionally attends kind of quite sleepy regional craft fairs, but she did say it's more of a social event for her, but she said, like, in order to cover the cost of your craft fair store, you do sometimes have to lower prices on your more affordable items. She was saying sometimes you do have to go under a £5 price point. She wouldn't do it on any prestigious gemstones, but she was saying that the lowest she normally goes to is around about £3.50 for a pair of earrings, and she tends to find, like you were saying actually earlier, you were saying the kind of lunchtime lull.
Yes.
And she was saying, oh, around about 1 PM I normally have to lower prices on my earrings just to attract attention.
Oh no.
Because it goes a bit quiet in the venue where she goes at that time. She says it normally picks up again at around about 3 o'clock, but at 1 PM she might start going down from £5 to about £3.50 on her base metal earring designs. But at 14 pence per pair for the findings, you can afford to do that, I suppose. You don't want to be undervaluing your jewellery designs in any way, really, do you? But, you know, rose gold, I mean, you're still offering people rose gold plating there. $6.95 for 50 pairs, totally ridiculous. We are going to move on. To the left, right, okay. Wow. Now, if previously we've been dealing with nuggets, let's say, these are the chips, because these are larger.
They're nuggets.
Oh, we go the other way around, do we?
Chips
okay,
are the
so
small.
the smaller ones are the chips, these are the nuggets.
Yep.
Okay then. I hate both those terms because I don't think they're very romantic enough, to be honest, for gemstones. But anyway, that's how we've established it now, so we'll stick with it, Ed. Stop questioning things, man. Right, here we go. Oh, wow. I love the colour tones. Because you've got kind of femininity and warmth all the way through this particular collection of nuggets. There we go. And really popular gemstones again, haven't we? Lots and lots of June's birthstone, because we've got the multicoloured moonstone, 150 carats. Gorgeous garnet here. This is rhodolite garnet. There's no mistake in that, because you've got those kind of strawberry jam reds with the purple hues coming through as well. Then you've got your white moonstone, over 100 carats again. Peach moonstone. Ah, now, sorry, this is another multicoloured strand of moonstone. I just spotted a few white moonstones on there as well. So multicoloured moonstone once again, over 150 carats. Look at this strand of rose quartz. Oh, you could be forgiven for mistaking that for morganite, to be honest. 160 carats, and then this is your peach moonstone. 150 carats as well. Wow. A lot of gemstones on there. Fantastic combinations of colours. Again, almost kind of a spectrum from the white to the pinks, to the peach, to the apricots, to the deep reds. Can't go wrong. Something for every design scenario here. So this is like over 500 carats of gemstones. Hold on a minute. What am I talking about? This is over 700 carats of gemstones. Amazing. Hold on a minute. This is more like 900 carats of gemstones. $14.95. $14.95 for 900 carats of gemstones. I was excited when I thought we were getting over 500. Don't question my maths. 925 carats, I told you. 925 carats of gemstones for $14.95. No wonder we got buyers coming through from Yorkshire, Surrey, Alicante, Merseyside, Cardiff, Cornwall, Lisboa, London. Wow, we're going right across Europe with this deal. I suppose that's what happens when you start to take gemstones down to wholesale prices and you're a global company. Don't forget, if you want to shop online, JewelleryMaker.com, we are a global company. Wow, $14.95. Normally, if you were to buy these all individually, it costs you over £25, so you're making another £10 saving as part of this wholesale bundle. That's the great thing about shopping from us on the live shows, isn't it? Because our producers have spent a lot of time and effort putting together these very coherent collections of gemstones that allow you to maximise on the value that we bring you and, of course, make the most of your 1p&p per day. I mean, if you were to get these home and you were thinking, oh, these aren't quite right for my designs, don't panic, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. But when you're making a £10 saving and getting over 900 carats of moonstone, rose quartz and garnet, you can't go wrong, can you? $14.95, drop style nuggets there. Top drilled as well, so they're going to hang really beautifully, really naturally within your designs. Lots and lots of people coming through on our free phone number, so if you've got those in your baskets, please make sure you check out to avoid disappointment. We are going to move on from that deal because we've got about 10 minutes left of the show and we've still got a lot to fit in. Can't even remember where this came from now. Oh, 10. Which is the next deal? Okay. Oh, Wendy has just infiltrated the studio once again. Here she is. Unbelievable.
We're sold out now.
I told you they'd be on the lines, didn't I?
Yeah, they're all booked up. So with Mark, we'll sort out some new dates.
So there you go, Mark. That's the first quarter of the year dealt with.
March, yeah. So we've got to get some more dates together. Okay. Brilliant.
Okay, thanks, Wendy. There you go. If you couldn't hear Wendy, which you couldn't because she didn't have a microphone on, I did say, didn't I? People thought I was being rude when I said you better get upstairs. As soon as she announced it, 5 more people came through, booked up her Mark's March macrame wire workshop. So now he's going to have to arrange some new dates for April when he comes off screen. There you go. Popular technique.
I knew macrame wire was going to be massive this year. This is
the mix of our 2 most popular disciplines, macrame and wire. I mean, don't get me wrong, the designs are exquisite. So I knew it was going to be popular. Shouldn't be so talented, Mark. Okay. Sandra's not speaking to me because I messed up the Farney's box. Here we go. Have a look at this. This is the bobbins deal. So, we know we're going to have a lot of macrame artists watching, also a lot of kumihimo artists watching this morning. This is perfect, isn't it? Because you've got your satin cord. It's all 1 mil, 10 meters in total, and the last time I brought you a deal, if this is going to the price point I think it is, I can tell you that one of our customers texted through to say that she's had to spend the same price on just the bobbins as we can give you for the bobbin with 10 meters of satin cord on it. Start dialing now. I only have a limited number of this particular bundle available. How many, sorry? Yeah, 50. I started with, there's already about 10 people with it in their baskets. That isn't a confirmed purchase, of course, until people start to check out, but it just gives you an idea of how quickly the interest is coming through on these. You've got the navy blue, the amethyst purple, that beautiful buttercup yellow, tangerine tone. Then you've got, I mean, look at this. That's very 80s, isn't it? Kylie would have been loving that on her leg warmers. And then your white satin cord as well. Sorry, I'm just in a good mood. I did.
How do you know about the 80s anyway? You're far too young.
I'm an 80s charm, baby. I just look. Really? I just look this handsome.
Oh, it surprises me.
No, 95. Oh, thanks, Ollie. My director just said, nobody mentioned handsome, just young. Fair enough. I'll take it. I'll tell you what. Oh, I'm, you know, an old 30s. I feel like I'm in my 40s rather than in my 30s. Yeah.
You really?
What? In my 30s?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. I am surprised.
I'm surprised you're surprised. I had an uphill paper.
I was thinking 27, 28. But then earlier you said you had a 9-year-old daughter, so I thought you might be older than that.
She is my stepdaughter, to be fair.
So okay, so
I inherited her.
Yeah.
I just
okay.
love her like she's mine.
Wow.
So, 60 meters of satin cord with your bobbins for £9.95. No wonder people are coming through to grab 2s and 3s of this particular item. That's the way to do it. Maximise on your 1 P&P per day here at JewelleryMaker by grabbing these incredible deals. And yeah, I think it was about £9.95 for the last deal when somebody actually texted through to say they paid a similar price for just the bobbins from certain craft stores or online suppliers. I don't know exactly where they got it from, but it's good info, of course. And we always try to provide you with the best value on the market, and I think that's exactly what we're doing this morning. Really proud of the way that we source our items here at JewelleryMaker, and it allows us to pass the savings on to you. Now, as I say, we only started with around about 50 of this particular bundle. We've got roughly half the stock allocated, would we say? Never take my word for it. It's never an exact science based on our system, but the call centre team will definitely be able to guarantee whether you can have this to your order. Right now, I believe there's still stock available, so you can come through for that one. Don't know where I got that one from. Cassie will sort it out for me. Where are we going to, sorry? Oh, yeah. Oh, these are the irregular drop style Wow. This is like a rainbow of colour. You've got... Okay, here we go. Let's get through this as quickly as possible so we can fit the all into the show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would definitely advise dialing the free phone number right now. Let's get the graphics on screen while I sort this out, because there's so much going on. Beautiful. Okay, you've got Smoky quartz, blue chalcedony, green onyx, peach moonstone, 2 strands of peach moonstone, 2 strands of Smoky quartz, in fact, white moonstone, sunstone, yellow chalcedony, green amethyst, tiger's eye, and multicoloured moonstone. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that right? 12 strands of these top drilled gemstones, all beautiful gemstones. Every colour of the rainbow. Oh my goodness. Less than £2.50 a strand. £29.95 for 12 strands. I mean, look at the green amethyst for February's birthstone. Gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful pastel tones. Icy blues from your chalcedony. Gorgeous white moonstone, giving that agilorescence. 2 strands of peach moonstone. Fantastic. Then you've got your yellow chalcedony. That'll be good for your Easter designs, your spring looks, won't it? That rich green onyx that we saw earlier, you could mix that potentially with the kind of cluster chain that we saw. Look at that. That looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Sunstone, tiger's eye, 2 strands of Smoky quartz as well. Very, very useful gemstone. Okay, lots and lots of people coming through for this one. People have fallen in love with that. I'm not surprised at that kind of value. £29.95. Short queue on the phone lines for that one, as you can imagine, but stay where you are. An amazing deal. We're going to move over and have a look what Mark's been doing with his challenge this morning. You've been having fun with this, Mark?
It's been nice. It's been nice. Vicky and I were talking last night about what this year's going to bring, and I've decided, because I was so busy leading up to Christmas with Jewellery Maker and craft fairs, that I've decided that January I've called Back to Basics January.
Back to Basics.
So I'm just doing really nice, simple, traditional techniques, and this is the outcome.
The outcome is rather fantastic, because they do look spectacular, these designs. They're showcase style designs.
I love them. They're really, again, simple techniques, but just made it's the findings.
See,
I mean, those earring findings.
The chandelier findings are fantastic, aren't they? So you had the 5-strand pack of black quartzite, which had the 14mm, the 12mm, the 10mm, the 8mm, and the 6mm. All a black quartzite, and that was available for £12.95. You also had the triple trouble deal on the faceted 8mm shell pearl, which was just £9.95 for 3 strands. And then those fantastic chandelier style findings, could be earring findings, or could use them as pendants, could use them as connectors. Can't go wrong, really. Oh, I love that macrame ring. That is amazing, Matt. Okay, if you want to add the chandelier findings to your order, they were available for £9.95. That's less than £1 per finding. And I have to say, the suite of jewellery you've created is gorgeous.
I still had masses and masses and masses left.
I should think so, the amount you were working with. Mind you, quite gem-heavy pieces all the same, aren't they?
I mean, look at that. Yeah, very, very statement piece.
Isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of jewellery, and I was bothering you every 5 seconds, so there you go. Great way for you to expand your sort of collection of gemstones, those very, very versatile findings. And I mean, you just can't go wrong. So, as we know, Mark, you're a very busy man, because you've got to get upstairs and book new dates for your wire macrame workshop.
I'm really grateful. It's really nice, thank you.
And when are you next on air?
Tuesday morning.
No messing around. Mark will be back on Tuesday morning. I will be back tomorrow evening with the late show from 5 PM. Coming up straight after us, the beautiful Becky and the inspirational Laura Binding. So make sure you stay where you are. The macrame board back on screen for £9.95. Thanks to all the guys for putting together the show. Had loads of fun this morning. Thank you for joining us. In fact, thank you and good afternoon.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up